Chapter 981. It's all gone one ding. Congratulations to the host for successfully extracting it. Bang. With a loud bang in the sky, Xiao Chengshin's mount appeared. What kind of F***king idiot is this? When Xiao Changtian saw the creature in front of him, he was dumbfounded. Because what appeared in front of Xiao Changtian was not a cool mount. Instead, it was a giant snail. The snail was as big as a person. However, even if he was this big, a snail was still a snail. Even if he was this big, he couldn't run fast. Xiao Changtian was completely petrified. He had thought that the system would be so good, but he did not expect it to be the same.
Ding.
Oh right, I forgot to remind the host that all the gold coins on the host have been used to retrieve the mount. Before Xiao Changtian could react, the system's voice sounded again.
Yeah.
Senior, why did you faint in front? Are you alright? Feng Ling, who had just walked out of the house, didn't expect to see Xiao Changtian lying on the ground. However, Xiao Changtian felt that the 30 degrees Celsius had turned extremely cold. What can happen to me? Xiao Changtian lay on the ground, tears streaming down his face. He had never thought that he would be so miserably tricked by this system. It was not easy for him to obtain so many gold coins because of the accident. In the end, it was all for naught. Feng Ling looked at Xiao Changtian smiling and crying, and she panicked even more. What happened to Senior? Could it be that the operation this time wasn't going well?
Yeah.
Senior, where did you get such a big snail? Then, Feng Ling looked up and saw the snail that was as tall as a person. Sho. Ling, don't mention that snail to me. I want to be alone. Xiao Changtian felt as if his entire world had suddenly turned dark. Boring, really boring. I was wondering why Senior was like this. So it turns out that he wanted to be quiet. Feng Ling nodded in realization. But who is this Jing? Could it be Senior's old flame?
Ding.
Detected that the host's emotions are very unstable. 10 consecutive draws will be issued as compensation. Just as Xiao Changtian was about to die, the system's voice sounded again. It seems like you still have some conscience, system. After hearing this news, Xiao Chengshin's mood improved a little. However, it was not much better. After all, who could withstand such a big rise and fall? 10 draws in a row. Go ahead. Xiao Changtian hoped that the system had a conscience this time.
Ding.
You've obtained 1 Ultraman. Obtained 2 Ultraman. Obtained 3 Ultraman. Obtained Ultramans 5. Xiao Changtian almost vomited blood when he heard the clanging sound. He knew it. He knew that this stupid system was up to no good.
Ding.
You've obtained a big baby.
Ding.
You obtained a second child.
Ding.
You received a 3-year-old.
Ding.
You obtained a 4th baby.
Ding.
You have received a set of divine armor. Even if a god comes, his attacks will be useless against the host. The system has drawn 10 consecutive draws. In addition, the system prompted that the host must not be negative and must believe in light. Finally, the system's voice came to an end in Xiao Chengshin's mind. Looks like I didn't draw for nothing this time. Although I drew so many Ultraman Calabash brothers for myself, I still have some conscience in the end. Xiao Changtian felt a little relieved after he felt the change in his armor. But, damn it, why do I need so many Ultraman Calabash brothers? Sigh, forget it. I'll just keep it for now. Just as Xiao Changtian calmed down, a figure suddenly appeared at the door. Senior, I'm a disciple of the Yaoling sect. Our sect master has a letter for you. At this moment, the man standing outside the fence shouted at Xiao Changtian. Oh, a letter from sect master Yaolin. Xiao Changtian took it and opened it without hesitation. In order to celebrate the ancestors' recovery, he wants me to attend the celebration banquet. Xiao Changtian slowly read the contents. Sigh, forget it. He's already recovered. I don't want to join in the fun. However, just as Xiao Changtian was about to close it, he suddenly saw a group of kids at the bottom. Warm reminder, Each person who is invited will receive a mysterious gift bag. This includes cultivation techniques, artifacts, and gold coins. Gold coins. Xiao Changtian was instantly attracted by the words gold coin. If we don't go, will it make sense? If he didn't go, the sect master of the Yaoling sect would definitely be sad. Haha, senior, are you agreeing? The disciple of the majestic Jade sect who had not left looked at Xiao Changtian and smiled in surprise. Yes, don't worry. I'll attend your celebration party. How could he not go? If there was an advantage, he wouldn't take it. Not long after, the Prophecy Pavilion also sent people over. Ha ha ha, senior, I didn't expect you to be so powerful. The great elder of the Pavilion of Heavenly Secrets wanted to come over and sigh at Xiao Changshan's accurate prediction of the demons. It's nothing. It's just a piece of cake. Xiao Changtian didn't know what the great elder wanted to say. He thought that the great elder was praising him for finding the spirit tree seed. It was so easy. Hiss, senior was too terrifying. There was probably no one in the entire Jade Lake sacred world who was a match for senior. Ha ha, senior, I wonder what will happen next. The great elder of the Prophecy Pavilion had been ordered to come and ask senior about the situation. Sigh. It won't be peaceful from now on. Xiao Changtian looked at the distance and sighed. Now that the system had learned this trick, he had to be extra careful when he looked for gold coins in the future. He didn't want to be tricked by the system again. He wouldn't even have a place to cry.
Hiss.
It's not peaceful. Looking at Xiao Changshan's expression, the great elder of the Pavilion of Heavenly Secrets could not help but turn pale. Senior had never shown such an expression, nor had he ever said such words. And now, he was talking about this matter in such a serious manner. It seemed that the Jade Pool's sacred world was about to change. Then, senior, aren't you in a hurry? The great elder of the Prophecy Pavilion steadied his mind and asked. He had to report this matter to the Pavilion Master as soon as he got back, so that the Pavilion Master could make 10,000 preparations. Hee, how can such a scene stump me? Xiao Changtian looked at the great elder and smiled disdainfully. It was just a small system. Although he had suffered a loss at his hands today, he would definitely find an opportunity to pay it back in the future. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know, report, so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 982, Believe in the Light. 1. Senior was indeed a senior. Regarding such a scene, senior simply did not take it to heart. They had to be extra careful. Senior, we will definitely be careful. After the great elder of the Prophecy Pavilion finished speaking, he returned to the Prophecy Pavilion without stopping. He had to tell this news to the Pavilion Master as soon as possible. What's the point of being careful? The system isn't with you. Xiao Changtian looked at the great elder's back in confusion. Forget it, I don't care anymore. I'd better hurry to the Yaoling sect to get my big gift bag of gold coins.
Hee.
Not long after, Xiao Changtian was ready to set off. Before he set off, he specially went to Glorious Star Restaurant to observe. Senior, leave these things to me. Don't worry. The Scorching Sun sect master was instructing those people to expand the Glorious Star Tower. After that incident, the Scorching Sun sect's position in the other sects had risen steadily. Therefore, why would the leader of the Scorching Sun sect not seize this opportunity? Scorching Sun sect master, I have high hopes for you. Xiao Changtian left with satisfaction. Fortunately, there was such a kind-hearted person who helped him. Otherwise, he would not have any gold coins to expand the Glorious Star Restaurant. On the other side, in the Yaoling sect, Diju. Who did you invite this time? She saw the Yaolin ancestor sitting in the main hall, looking at the Yaolin sect's sect master with a smug expression. Ever since he used fish glue to recover, not only did his body become better, but even his strength had also returned to its peak state. Therefore, it was not a problem for their Yaoling sect to compete with the #1 sect in the Jade Nether Kingdom. Forefather, we invited about 30 to 40 sects that are on good terms with us this time. However, the most important thing was the senior who was invited. The Grandmaster of the Yaoling sect said respectfully to his patriarch. Senior? What's senior? Could it be that his status is higher than mine? When she heard the word senior, a look of disdain appeared on her face. Forefather, I can't see through that senior's strength at all. Moreover, if it wasn't for senior helping us along the way, we wouldn't have found the man-made fish glue. The yowling sect master knew that her patriarch was unhappy when she heard the name senior. Humph. Then he'll take a good look at who it is. He actually has such great ability. However, although the ancestor was disdainful, he had helped them get the fish glue after all. At that time, he would reluctantly be polite to him. This was because the ancestor's strength had already reached the Saint King realm. It could be said that in this entire place, other than the few old fellows from the first and second sects of the Jade Nether Kingdom who were fighting against him, there was no one else who could beat him up. But now, Dezhu actually said that senior had helped them. He wanted to take a good look at who it was. However, Xiao Changtian was walking in the mountains. Suddenly, an emergency situation appeared in front of him. Miss Yunling, why are you here? Just as Xiao Changtian felt that something was wrong and was about to hide, he suddenly saw Yunling running in front of him in panic. Seniors. Yunling didn't expect that she would run into a senior in this desolate mountain. Io, Miss Yun, what's going on? Why are you in such a sorry state? Xiao Changtian was also very surprised. Wasn't Yunling a cultivator? How did he end up in such a sorry state in this mountain? Yunling, can't you run? I want to see where you can run to today. At this moment, a few tall figures suddenly appeared in the distance. The three of them looked at Yunling, who was standing in front of Xiao Changtian, fiercely. Good heavens, I was wondering what was going on. So it turned out that we encountered these mountain bandits. Xiao Changtian immediately understood. Even if Yunling was a cultivator, he had heard that these mountain bandits were very capable. Even cultivators were no match for them. It seemed that he had encountered a tough opponent today. However, how could this be Xiao Changtian? Yo? Why, Yunling, do you want this mortal to save you? The man who directly took the lead mocked fiercely. Yunling looked at the three of them in horror. This was because they were not cultivators but demons possessed by demons. Her sect master had risked her life to let her escape, but how could those demon race people let it go? Seeing her escape, they sent 3 more experts from Glory Sect to capture her. Miss Yunling, you don't have to be so afraid. Leave these bandits to me. Xiao Changtian hated these people. These mountain bandits liked to bully the weak and fear the strong. Today, he would teach them a good lesson. Senior, be careful. Before Yunling could say anything, Xiao Changtian rushed forward, without hesitation. A mortal dares to be so arrogant. I'll chop you to death. The 3 of them did not expect this mortal to be so bold. Yo. You bunch of trash, if I don't beat the shit out of you today, it'll be considered that you didn't poop clean. Before the 3 of them could react, Xiao Changtian had already rushed in front of them. Bang! Pete Xiao Changshan's fist landed on the man's nose bridge. Instantly, blood spurted out from the man's nose like a fountain. As for the other person, Xiao Changtian slapped his face. In an instant, his entire head fell off. What happened? The third person had yet to react to what was going on. Xiao Changtian ran to him. Little trash, go eat shit. Xiao Changtian grabbed the man's hair and smashed his head into the ground. In the blink of an eye, the 3 of them were no longer breathing. This is too amazing. Just by using his bare hands, he was able to kill 3 demons with the strength of a sage sect. Yunling seemed to see hope again. On the other side, within the Misty Cloud sect, the demon leader, who was preparing to slaughter, suddenly felt that the 3 people he had sent out were no longer breathing. Interesting, really interesting. I never thought that such an interesting person would actually appear in your little Misty Cloud sect. The leader looked at the Misty Cloud sect's leader with an excited face. I was going to kill you now, but it seems like I can have some fun now. At this moment, Yunling looked at Xiao Changtian excitedly. Senior, thank you so much. Yunling was so excited that tears streamed down her nose. Miss Yun, it's just a small matter. It's just a small matter. Xiao Changtian waved his hand nonchalantly. I know your situation. However, you don't have to be too sad. Before Yunling could say anything, Xiao Changtian took out an Ultraman. Miss, although life is dark, you must believe in the light. Xiao Changtian handed over Ultraman. Chapter 983. Change 1. Because Xiao Changtian didn't need to guess to know. Miss Yun must have gotten into an argument with her sex people, so she came out to relax and was targeted by these mountain bandits. The senior of the guild has been named the You know everything. Yunling looked at the Ultraman that Xiao Changtian handed to her. Although Yunling didn't know what the thing in her hand was, since it was given by a senior, it would definitely be able to get them through this crisis. Yes, miss, remember, you must believe in light. Xiao Changtian smiled at her and continued walking. It wasn't because he didn't want to chat with Yunling anymore, but because he realized that it was almost time for the Yaoling sect's celebration banquet to begin. Damn it, I have to hurry up. What if I'm late and there's no more gold coins? Thus, Yunling was left looking at Xiao Changshan's back with admiration. Senior, don't worry. I will definitely believe in the idea of the conqueror of light. On the other side, Xiao Changtian finally arrived at the Yaoming kingdom before the celebration banquet. This is completely different from the scene before. Xiao Changtian was walking on the bustling street, looking at the people coming and going around him. Not long after, Xiao Changtian arrived at the entrance of the Yaoling sect. At this moment, everyone in the hall had already arrived. Dezhu, didn't you say that the senior is coming back today? Why was he still nowhere to be seen? Ancestor Yao Lin looked around but did not see anyone stronger than her. Since senior said that he will be back today, he definitely won't go back on his word. The sect master of the Yaoling sect believed that since the senior had agreed, he would definitely come. On the other hand, the Yaolin ancestor snorted coldly. I'm sorry, sect master of the Jadeite sect, I'm late. But it doesn't look like it has started yet. I'm not late, right? At this moment, Xiao Changshan's figure sounded from outside the door. Senior, you're here. I'm not late, I'm not late. The Yaoling sect master knew that senior would definitely come.
Dishu.
Are you sure that person is your senior? However, the disdain on the sect master's face became even more obvious when she saw Xiao Changtian. What kind of senior was this? This was clearly a person without any strength. She didn't know how he managed to trick Dezhu. The people present naturally noticed how the sect master of the Yaoling sect addressed Xiao Changtian. In an instant, everyone's expressions were very strange. Although Xiao Changtian was very famous in Yao's country, no one who had seen him came this time. Therefore, looking at Changtian, no one understood what was going on. That's right. Ancestor, don't underestimate senior. His strength is truly terrifying. The Yaolin sect master immediately said to the Yaolin patriarch. Xiao Changtian naturally understood what Yaolin was trying to do. Wasn't he just complaining that he was weak? However, this had nothing to do with him. The main reason he came this time was for the gold coin gift bag. Although he seemed a little out of place among these powerful cultivators. However, as long as he could get his hands on the gold coin gift bag, the rest was not a problem at all. Humph, sit anywhere. Looking at Xiao Changshan's pathetic appearance, the Yaolin ancestor snorted coldly and left. Senior, I'm really sorry. Please don't take it to heart. Our ancestor is old and has a bad temper. The leader of the majestic Jade sect said apologetically to Xiao Changtian. He did not expect the ancestor to treat his senior like this. It's fine. Go to your work first. I'll walk around by myself. Xiao Changtian didn't care at all. After all, he was just that weak. The Yaoling sect master left helplessly. Xiao Changtian quickly went to the place where the gift bags were exchanged according to the location on the invitation card. Hey, little brother, take a look. I have an invitation card. Can you exchange it for me? Xiao Changtian looked at the young man at the exchange counter and said with a smile, "Here's your gift bag.
Keep it."
Then, the man handed Xiao Changtian a black bag. Ha, gold coins, gold coins. However, when Xiao Changtian opened it, he was disappointed. It wasn't gold coins but a thick book on Kung Fu.
Wow.
Congratulations, you can actually draw the biggest treasure, an earth-grade cultivation method. When Xiao Changtian took out the thick book, the surrounding people cast envious gazes. One had to know that cultivation techniques were divided into 4 levels in the Jade Lake sacred world. However, this was not complete. There were also saint level, immortal level, and emperor level cultivation techniques. Other than heaven, earth, black, and yellow, the rest were not commonly seen in the entire Jade Lake sacred world. Even the largest sect might not have a saint-tier cultivation technique. Therefore, when Xiao Changtian drew out an earth-grade cultivation method, it naturally aroused the envy of the people around him. Damn it! Why did I draw 500 gold coins? At this moment, an angry shout came from beside Xiao Changtian. Hearing this voice, Xiao Changtian was shocked. Haha, brother, what do you think of this cultivation technique in my hand? Xiao Changtian walked over to the man with a smile. Humph! You don't have to be in such a hurry to show off to me. That person coldly glanced at Xiao Changtian. He did not know how this mortal who did not have any strength managed to sneak in. Moreover, he even drew such a powerful cultivation technique. Brother, I'm not showing off to you. I want to use this cultivation method in my hands to exchange for your 500 gold coins. What do you think? When Xiao Changtian said this, everyone present quieted down.
No, am not.
No, brother, are you crazy? The white-robed youth looked at Xiao Changtian in disbelief. He was a member of the Divine Feather Sect, the second largest sect in the Yao Ming Kingdom. What kind of scene had he not seen before? But today, the person in front of him completely stunned him. How could I be crazy? This trash is useless to me. It was not as practical as those gold coins. Xiao Changtian looked at the cultivation technique in his hand with disdain. It was not because of anything else, but because these cultivation techniques were not even as good as the books at home. When the others heard his words, they suddenly understood. No wonder he almost forgot that the person in front of him was a mortal. For a mortal without any spiritual power, even a monarch-level cultivation technique was useless to him. This further confirmed the fact that Xiao Changtian was a mortal. Haha, brother, you said it yourself. Don't go back on your word. From today onwards, you are my loyal brother. The white-robed young man laughed and agreed to Xiao Changtian's request. At this moment, the surrounding people cast envious looks at Xiao Changtian. For a mortal to receive the protection of the Divine Feather Sect, it was equivalent to soaring in the sky. As for those sects that wanted to be on good terms with the Divine Feather Sect, they could not find an opportunity to do so. Chapter 984. All Dead 1. This kid's luck is too good. That's right. To be able to be protected by the Divine Feather Sect, his family's ancestral grave is already emitting smoke. Facing the envious gazes of the surrounding people, Xiao Changtian didn't think much of it. This was because he had no idea what kind of sect the Divine Feather Sect was. On the other side, Yunling quickly rushed back to the sect with Ultraman. Ha ha ha, I told you that your good disciple would definitely come and save you. You're here so quickly. The demon race man looked at the figure flying over from afar and said with a smile, Ling, silly Ling, The Misty Cloud sect's leader closed his eyes in despair when he saw this scene in front of him. She had never thought that they would become like this. Even her last hope, Yunling, had returned. That also meant that their Misty Cloud sect was finished. Master, I'm here to save you. However, Yunling did not panic at all, because she had promised Senior that she would believe in light. Ling, I went through so much trouble to get you out. Why are you back? The Misty Cloud sect's leader looked at Yunling, who had run to his side, in a resentful manner. Master, I've met Senior. Believe me, I will definitely be able to rescue our Misty Cloud sect. Senior? What Senior? Ling, at this time, even if the gods came, they couldn't save us. The Misty Cloud sect's sect leader looked at the devil race on the opposite side in despair. Ha ha ha, Grandmaster Yun, I didn't expect you to have such resolve. Just based on your attitude, they'll kill you last. The leader of the demons looked at her and laughed loudly. Damn demons, Do you really think we can't do anything to you? Let me tell you, Senior gave me Ultraman. What is it? Ultraman? Ha 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 ha, little girl. I'm afraid you've been deceived. Are you going to hit me with that thing in your hand? The demon looked at the Ultraman in Yunling's hand and laughed even more. Not only did that thing look so strange, but there was also no spiritual energy fluctuation on it. That meant that that thing was useless. I won't talk nonsense with you.
Die.
After laughing, the demon race person did not hesitate and instantly erupted with a huge pressure. Under the pressure of this demon, the entire sky instantly became incomparably dark. A wild wind swept across the entire misty cloud sect. In an instant, the entire world became incomparably strange. Boom! Right at this moment, a huge pitch-black palm suddenly appeared in the sky.
It was like a huge mountain.
He pressed down on Yunling without hesitation. No! The leader of the Misty Cloud sect cried out in a heart-wrenching manner when he saw this scene. It was over. Everything was over. If Ling died, the Misty Cloud sect would also be finished. However, just as the huge palm was about to press down on Yunling, the Ultraman in Yunling's hand suddenly burst out with a dazzling light. The light was like the sun, illuminating the entire dark sky. How? What happened? The tears of the Misty Cloud sect's leader instantly froze on his face. Huh. After the light dissipated, an incomparably huge thing stood on the spot. As expected, Senior didn't lie to me. I knew I should have believed in the light. Yunling looked at the huge Ultraman excitedly. Their Misty Cloud sect was saved. Humph. It's just a small trick. Although Ultraman had blocked his attack, it was not worth mentioning in the eyes of this demon. However, Ultraman didn't give the demon that much time to react. In an instant, Ultraman appeared in front of the demon. Bang. A kick. It was just a kick. Ultraman stomped the demon into meat paste.
Die.
Is he dead? The Misty Cloud sect's leader simply did not believe all of this that had happened before his eyes. Because everything that was happening in front of him felt like a dream. Ultraman didn't relax after killing the leader of the demons. He looked at the demons around him and crushed them all to death as if he was stepping on ants.
Ding, ding, ding.
After eliminating all the demons, Ultraman's energy was exhausted. In an instant, it shrank back to its original size. Master, I told you that Senior would definitely save us. Looking at the demons that had been destroyed, tears of excitement flowed down Yunling's face. This was simply too shocking. Linger, I didn't expect you to have such ability. At this moment, the Misty Cloud sect leader was so excited that she stood up from the ground. At this moment, a thunderclap sounded in her mind. Even those people from the Misty Cloud sect who were hiding in the dark felt that it was unbelievable. Originally, they thought that their Misty Cloud sect would definitely die. It was unexpected that such a great reversal had occurred. Teacher, you should not thank me. If I had not met Senior while fleeing, it is likely that our Misty Cloud sect would have. Yunling was very glad to know Xiao Changtian. Senior, you must go and thank him properly. The Misty Cloud sect leader was so excited that he could not even speak at this moment. Who would have thought that his disciple would encounter such a master? Just an item without any spiritual power could actually kill all those magic tricks. From this, it could be seen that the strength of that expert was unfathomable. On the other side, after Xiao Changtian finished talking to Xinzhong, he wandered around the banquet. This time, he had gained a full 500 gold coins. However, at this moment, a series of curses suddenly came from the front. You dare to go against me. Do you want to die? You are the one who touched my things first. Shouldn't you apologize first? Xiao Changtian didn't want to join in the fun at first, but when he heard this voice, he realized that it was Xinzhong. Just now, because of the gold coin, Xinzhong and Xiao Changtian had a good chat. He did not expect that Xinzhong would encounter trouble not long after the two of them separated. Since you're willing to give me the gold coins, I'll go take a look no matter what. Thus, Xiao Changtian entered the crowd. He wouldn't know if he didn't look at it, but when he saw it, it made Xiao Changtian very angry. He did not expect that in broad daylight, in such a sacred sect, there was actually a scene of the strong bullying the weak. He saw a group of purple-robed youths surrounding Xinzhong and threatening him with fierce expressions. One of them was still holding the cultivation technique that Xiao Changtian had exchanged with him. "I don't care. Since you stepped on my foot, why don't you kneel down and lick it? I won't return this cultivation technique to you," the leader said arrogantly. "Good fellow, you actually dare to be so arrogant in broad daylight." Wasn't he afraid that the people from the Yaoling sect would pull him away? Seeing the scene, Xiao Changtian was furious. Although he wasn't very familiar with Xinzhong, Xiao Changtian liked his forthright personality. Chapter 985, Radiant Light Sect 1. Hey, young man, did you just come out of the mountains? Don't you know that the person in purple is from the Radiant Light Sect? Just as Xiao Changtian finished his words, an old man around him said disdainfully, why did you say so much to him? He was just a mortal, but he didn't know how he got in." The person on the other side immediately stopped him when he saw it. Good heavens, even the people from the Radiant Light Sect can't be so lawless. Xiao Changtian ignored the people around him. He walked up in 2 steps. Stop. Stop fighting. Stop fighting." Xiao Changshan's words silenced the crowd.
Puffed.
Ha! Where did this mortal come from? You actually dare to cause trouble at the Yaoling sect. The leading purple-robed youth laughed in disdain when he saw Xiao Changtian. "Brother, why are you here? Hurry up and leave. If these people target you, I can't protect you either." Xinzhong didn't expect this mortal to be so loyal. He actually wanted to come out and help him at such a moment. "Sigh, I didn't expect this mortal to be so stubborn." That's right, that's right. He didn't have much strength to begin with, but he still had to go up and provoke the people of the Radiant Light sect like this. "I think it won't be long before this mortal is dragged out." Everyone looked at Xiao Changtian pitifully. The Radiant Light sect was the #1 sect in the Jade Nether Kingdom. No one in the entire Jade Nether Kingdom dared to provoke them. Even the people from the Yaoling sect had to give them some leeway. And now, a mortal who did not have eyes was actually so arrogant. "Good boy, since you have such courage. Then he'll beat you guys up too." In any case, he was a mortal who was inferior to dog shit. The leader of the group, the purple-robed kid, laughed arrogantly at Xiao Changtian. How could Xiao Changtian withstand such humiliation? Xiao Changshan's face darkened immediately. "Damn it, little brat, do you have no parents? How can you speak so rudely?" Xiao Changtian didn't want to show any weakness. He looked at the kid with a gloomy face. "How dare you say that about me? The few of you, go and bring him here. I'll stuff shit into your mouths today." After hearing Xiao Changshan's words, the purple-robed kid was completely enraged. As the direct disciple of the sect master of the Radiant Light sect, he could not take it when a mortal said such things to him.
Bang. Boom.
However, just as the people around the purple-robed boy walked forward, Xiao Changshan's fist swung forward. One of them, Xiao Changtian, was instantly sent flying more than 10 meters away. The other one was hit in the stomach by Xiao Changtian, and blood spurted out from his mouth. Puff. Eldest senior brother. Him. He doesn't seem to be an ordinary person. After that person said this in horror, he fainted.
You.
Damn you. He actually killed our sex people. I'm telling you, you're finished. The purple-robed kid did not expect things to be different from what he had imagined. The mortal in front of him did not seem to be a mortal at all. Damn it. That kid was too bold. That's right, even if he's not a mortal. But he was undoubtedly declaring war on the Effulgent sect. We're done for. Today, even if our country's ruler came, we wouldn't be able to protect this person. After being surprised by Xiao Changshan's actions, the surrounding people whispered again. Brother, how did you do it? You're too amazing." This scene shocked Xinzhong. He had thought that Xiao Changtian was really immortal, but he didn't expect him to be an expert. No wonder he didn't care about Earth-grade cultivation methods. It was all his fault for being blind. Haha, brother, don't worry. I won't let this kid off easily. Xiao Changtian then looked at the purple-robed kid.
You.
Don't come over. Let me tell you, my master is the sect master of the Radiant Light sect. If you dare to touch my hair, my master will not let you off. Seeing Xiao Changtian walking towards him step by step, the purple-robed kid retreated in fear. Other than his master and their ancestor, the purple-robed kid had never seen such a powerful person. Moreover, he could not feel his spiritual power at all. That meant that this person's cultivation had already reached the point of perfection. I don't care who your master is. Didn't you want to stuff shit into my mouth? I want to see how capable you are today. Xiao Changtian walked towards the purple-robed young man step by step. Today, no matter what, he had to let this kid have a taste of shit. What are you doing here? Today is my ancestor Yao Lin's celebratory feast. Are you going to rebel against the heavens? At this moment, Ancestor Yao Lin walked over. At first, when Ancestor Yao Lin heard the news, she immediately sat up from her stool. He didn't expect that senior to be so blind. Daring to provoke the people from the Brilliant Radiance sect so brazenly, wasn't this dragging their Yaoling sect down with them? It's over. Patriarch Yao Lin is here. That person is finished. Seeing Ancestor Yao Lin slowly walking over, the surrounding people all showed sympathetic expressions to Xiao Changtian. Martial Nephew Ming, this matter is the fault of our Yaoling sect. This old man will apologize to you now. Patriarch Yao Lin, you have to give me an explanation for this matter. Otherwise, I won't ask my master to let you off. The purple-robed kid was emboldened again when he saw the arrival of Patriarch Yao Lin. He looked at Xiao Changtian with disdain. So what if he was stronger? Wasn't he still afraid of their effulgent sect? Don't worry, I won't let this kid off easily. Yao Lin gave Xiao Changtian a fierce glare. Xiao Changtian didn't say anything. Others might not know, but how could he not know? Wasn't the sect master of the Majestic Jade sect going to look for fish glue because this old fellow was about to die? If he were to anger him now, what if he couldn't catch his breath? Then wouldn't the Yaoling sect master blame him? I don't care. I want him to kneel down and apologize to me now. After the purple-robed kid had the backing of Patriarch Yao Lin, he became extremely arrogant. This Patriarch Yao Lin was in a difficult position. Although he didn't like Xiao Changtian, he was invited by Dazhu. Patriarch, what are you doing? Right at this moment, the sect master of the Yaoling sect finally rushed over in a panic. Sect Master Yao Lin, since you're all here, then quickly seek justice for me. The purple-robed kid looked at Xiao Changtian with even more disdain when he saw the sect master of the Jade-Chilling sect. Chapter 986. The purple-robed kid is dead. 1. Ancestor. Are you stupid? The Yaolin sect master looked at the Yaolin sect's old ancestor and sighed helplessly. Who dares to bully my Brilliant Light sect's disciples? At this moment, a deep voice sounded from the horizon. Immediately after, everyone saw a white-haired old man wearing a dark purple robe quickly flying over from the horizon. Old ancestor Yao Lin, I didn't expect you to bully the people of my Radiant Light sect just after you recovered. Humph. Are you looking down on me, Patriarch Brightshine? Looking at Patriarch Yao Lin, Patriarch Mingyao said with a gloomy expression. It's over. The Mingyao ancestor is here. It seems like that person is done for. That's right. Who doesn't know that Patriarch Effulgent is very protective of his children? However, that mortal really deserved it. Why did he have to find trouble to help the people of the Divine Feather sect? When they saw Patriarch Effulgent arrive, the surrounding people discussed in whispers. Even Shunzhong's face was filled with guilt. If he hadn't helped her, she wouldn't have gotten into so much trouble. Moreover, his status in the Divine Feather sect was not high. Even if the Divine Feather sect sent someone, they would not accuse the Effulgent sect. Forefather Effulgent, it's indeed our Jadeite sect's fault in this matter. However, before Yao Lin could finish her sentence, Patriarch Mingyio's disdainful expression suddenly froze. Gao. Expert, is that you? Expert. When he saw Xiao Changtian, the disdainful look on old ancestor Mingyio's face instantly turned serious. Other people had never seen Xiao Changtian before, but how could he not? The person in front of him was the senior who had helped the Jade Nether Kingdom back then.
What? Me?
Do you know me? Xiao Changtian looked at old ancestor Effulgent with some doubt. Although he felt like he had seen this old man somewhere before, he just couldn't remember. Master, how can you not know me? Don't tell me you don't remember that I toasted you at the Jade Nether Kingdom's banquet back then. Forefather Effulgent was extremely excited at this moment. He really did not expect to meet a senior here. Ha ha, so it's you? Although Xiao Changtian didn't remember who he was still polite. Thinking back to the incident in the Jade Nether Kingdom, he did not actually have much credit. Senior, why don't you come back to our Radiant Light sect after participating in their competition? Old ancestor Mingyao looked at Xiao Changtian and extended an invitation with a smile. It would be a great honor for their sect if Senior could come and sit with them. He wondered how the Jadeite sect managed to invite a senior over. Ha ha ha, I don't dare to do that. After all, your disciple is so powerful. What if I go and chase me away? Xiao Changtian looked at old ancestor Mingyao meaningfully. Since the disciples of their sect dared to be so arrogant, it meant that their sect was not that good. Bullying the weak in broad daylight, how could a disciple from a good sect make such a mistake? Meanwhile, Patriarch Effulgent's actions completely stunned everyone present. How did Patriarch Effulgent know this kid in front of him? This was simply impossible. Moreover, from what Patriarch Effulgent said, this kid's strength was still very strong. Even Patriarch Effulgent worshipped him. So, who was this person? As for the Yaolin ancestor, she felt as if her mind had been struck by lightning. Then, his body trembled uncontrollably, and he broke out in a cold sweat. How could this be? How could I, Patriarch Yaolin, have misjudged someone? As for the Yaolin sect master, he sighed as he looked at the disbelief in her eyes. Ancestor, you're really confused. I already said that if he really didn't have any ability, would we call him senior? On the other side, after hearing Xiao Changshan's words, the originally happy face of Patriarch Mingyao instantly changed. It was over. He was wondering which blind person dared to offend their sect's disciples. In the end, the person their sect's disciples offended was actually a senior. At this moment, the purple-robed kid was so frightened by the lineup in front of him that his face turned pale and his eyes widened. Looking at Xiao Changtian, his face was filled with endless fear. Who would have thought that this person in front of them would actually have such an identity? Even their ancestor had to respectfully call him an expert. Yet, he had provoked such an expert. With his attitude just now, that person could kill him 10,000 times to vent his anger.
Brat.
You actually dared to provoke Senior. Motherf asterisk Kerr. Tell me, whose disciple are you? Looking at the purple-robed kid, Patriarch Effulgent was extremely furious. Senior was actually disappointed in their Radiant Light sect because of this brat. This kid in front of him was going to stay here no matter what. Old ancestor, in the sect master's eldest disciple. The purple-robed kid trembled as he looked at Patriarch Effulgent. He could clearly sense Patriarch Brightshine's anger. Bang! In that case, I'll give him a warning. Let's see if he dares to let his disciples be so arrogant in the future. Following that, Patriarch Effulgent's hand pierced through the purple-robed kid's chest. Senior, this time the Brilliant Sun sect didn't discipline us properly. Senior, please don't be angry. I have already settled that brat for you. After killing the purple-robed kid, old ancestor Mingyao turned around and apologized to Xiao Changtian. Since it has come to this, I can't say anything else. That's it. Xiao Changtian didn't expect that the old ancestor would be so cruel to his own disciple. The surrounding people looked at the scene and could not come back to their senses for a long time. They really did not expect that things would actually take such a big turn. Who would have thought that a mortal without any spirit energy would actually be an expert that even Patriarch Effulgent revered? Senior, it was my bad attitude in the beginning. This old man is here to apologize to you. Even Yaolin ancestor hurriedly said to Xiao Changtian. He regretted looking down on Xiao Changtian. It turned out that the expert had not taken him seriously from the beginning. Now that he had offended such an expert, he wished he could slap himself twice. Alright, since there's nothing else, I'll go back first. Looking at these people, Xiao Changtian lost interest. Senior, wait a moment. Just as Xiao Changtian turned to leave, Xinzhong hurriedly caught up with him. Brother Xinzhong, why are you so polite to me? Don't call me senior. Looking at Xinzhong, Xiao Changtian smiled. No, I can't. I want to call you senior. Senior, thank you so much this time. I, Xinzhong, have no way to repay you. To be honest, if it wasn't for Xiao Changtian, he would have been bullied by the people from the Effulgent sect. He had not expected that this mortal in front of him was actually a peerless expert. Chapter 987, Shadow Sect 1. Aya, you're really stubborn. Since the two of us hit it off, so well, it'll give you something. Looking at Xinzhong, Xiao Changtian smiled. He had only helped him out of the way, and he was so grateful. Moreover, he had exchanged so many gold coins with him. This Ultraman is for you to tell you that the world is not full of evil. You must always believe in light. Xiao Changtian took out an Ultraman and handed it to Xinzhong. Because this thing was useless to Xiao Changtian. Xiao Changtian had long lost interest in Ultraman. Moreover, it was useless to keep it. He might as well give it away. After Xinzhong took the Ultraman from Xiao Changshan's hands, he nodded heavily. Senior, don't worry. I will definitely believe in light. It turns out that Senior had already seen that I was not welcomed in the Divine Feather Sect, so he took out this thing to comfort me. Although he didn't know what the use of this thing was, it strongly encouraged his loyalty. Xiao Changtian smiled at him and left. On the other side, the great ancestor was filled with regret after Xiao Changtian left. I am really old and muddle-headed. He actually offended Senior so carelessly. Now, he was great. Senior must be angry. Patriarch Yaolin was extremely vexed. If Xiao Changtian wasn't angry, he wouldn't have left just like that. Meanwhile, Patriarch Effulgent returned to the sect in a similarly furious manner. Effulgent Sect Master, get the hell out here. Patriarch Effulgent had just returned to the sect when he shouted angrily. Ancestor, what's going on? The sect master of the Bright Brilliance sect did not know why his father, Bright Brilliance, came back so angry after going out for a while. It was as if he wanted to eat someone alive. You still have the cheek to ask me what's wrong. Look at the disciple you taught. Although his disciple was killed, the senior was still angry. Compared to a senior, a disciple was nothing. However, the Bright Brilliance sect master did not know what had happened. He was still looking at Forefather Effulgent with a dumbfounded expression. At this moment, a cultivator came over and told the sect master what had happened in detail.
What? Dead?
Old ancestor, you're muddle-headed. When the Effulgent sect master heard that his disciple had died, shock appeared on his face. What's wrong? Your disciple is so troublesome. What's wrong with me teaching him a lesson for you? Moreover, he's not talking about anyone else but his senior. After saying that, Patriarch Effulgent glared at him fiercely. Ancestor, I'm not angry because you killed my disciple, but my disciple's identity is not ordinary. If you kill him, it's equivalent to offending an organization that's even more powerful than us. The sect master of the Effulgent sect looked at the Effulgent ancestor helplessly. I don't believe that any organization is more powerful than us. Patriarch Effulgent was extremely disdainful. Could it be that the kid's father was a celestial being in the heavens?
He was sent here by the Dark Void sect.
If you kill him like this, the people of the Dark Void sect will definitely not let us off easily. The sect master of the Radiant Light sect sighed heavily. He was praying that the people of the Dark Void sect would find out later, so that they would have a chance to catch their breath.
What?
Dark Void sect. The legendary and mysterious Dark Void sect. When Patriarch Effulgent heard this name, his expression changed. It was not because of anything else, but because this organization was not an organization without strength. The Dark Void sect was once in existence on par with the Heaven Secrets Pavilion. As the biggest assassination organization in the entire continent, no one was unaware of their strength. Even an ancestor as powerful as Forefather Effulgent would not stand a chance of survival if they were targeted by the Dark Void sect. Although the current Dark and Empty Door was not so active. However, as long as they were mentioned, everyone could not help but feel fear in their hearts. Even Forefather Effulgent was no exception. Forefather, I know I can't afford to offend that senior. However, we can't afford to offend the Dark Void sect. No matter how powerful Senior is, he's only one person. But the Dark Void was still an organization. The sect master of the Radiant Brilliance sect was extremely anxious at this moment. If the Dark Void sect found out about this, they would definitely not let them off easily.
Hiss.
Who would have thought that the kid was actually from the Dark Void sect? Even Patriarch Effulgent was a little afraid at this moment. We can hide this matter for a while. Although Forefather Effulgent did not wish to offend his senior, who would have thought that he would offend such a large organization? Although Senior is very powerful, he is still very powerful. However, there was probably no way to survive if the people of Dark Void sect targeted him. At this moment, inside the Dark Void sect, Third Brother, why did your son's aura disappear? A person covered in gray asked the person beside him. I've handed my son over to the sect master of the Radiant Light sect. That's the #1 sect in the Jade Nether Kingdom. How could he let anything happen to my son? However, the person called Third Brother did not think much of it. Report. Lord. My lord. Third Young Master. Third Young Master's lantern sign went out.
Boom. What did you say?
My son's light sign went out. Third Brother, who had originally thought nothing of it, instantly stood up. His face was filled with disbelief. Third Bro, I told you you'd better go over and see what's going on. The person covered in gray shook his head. It seems that those people are not obedient. You actually dare to attack our people. Men, hurry up and investigate. Investigate what exactly is going on. I want the details. At this moment, Third Brother was very excited. His only son had died, just like that. How could he not be angry? Third Brother, don't be agitated. Find out what's going on first. The boss looked at him and said indifferently. Although their Dark Void sect had declined, no one had ever dared to ride on their heads. They did not expect someone to be so blind. Did they think that the Dark Void sect had lost its strength? The reason why the Dark Void sect had declined was not because of any other reason. It was because they were threatened by the Devil Race. The Dark Void Gate had to retract its aura. However, this did not mean that the Dark Void sect did not have the strength. On the other side, Xiao Changtian had returned to Star Town. I wonder how they have expanded the glorious Star Restaurant. Hurry up and go take a look. However, just as Xiao Changtian was about to walk towards the glorious Star Restaurant, suddenly, an extremely charming woman appeared in front of him. The woman had a mature face. Not only her face, but even her figure was very mature. Especially that chest and that butt. It looked very good. Hiss, I'm thinking wrong. I'd better hurry up and see the glorious Star Restaurant. Xiao Changtian wiped his saliva with his sleeve and prepared to leave. Chapter 988. Senior's Person 1. However, as soon as Xiao Changtian moved a step, the woman followed suit. Hey no, big sister. What's the matters? Although the woman in front of him had a good figure, Xiao Changtian was still a little unhappy that she was blocking his way. Seniors. The woman looked at Xiao Changtian and said affectionately, No way, no way. I don't know him. There are women in front of me. Although this woman has such a good figure, I've never done it with him before. No, I don't know you.
Who are you?
Seeing so many people surrounding him, Xiao Changtian couldn't stand it anymore. Why did he feel like that heartless man? Senior, I am the sect leader of the Misty Cloud sect. You may not know me, but you must know my disciple, Yunling. The Misty Cloud sect leader also did not expect that the senior Yunling spoke of was actually so young. Although he was a little old, it was not entirely impossible. Oh, I was wondering who it was. So it's her. Haha, I wonder why you're looking for me? Xiao Changtian looked at the Misty Cloud sect master in confusion. Senior, this time, I have to thank you properly. Yunling is my disciple.
I've really troubled you this time.
It turned out that she wanted to thank him for saving Yunling previously. No wonder the way he looked at her was so strange. That's a small matter not worth mentioning. You don't have to take it to heart. Xiao Changtian didn't care about this. After hearing Xiao Changshan's words, the Cloud Mist sect leader was stunned. To be able to create such a thing was actually a small matter to Senior. Just how terrifying was Senior's strength? The Misty Cloud sect leader was filled with longing when she recalled the enormous might that Ultraman had unleashed that day. Fortunately, that thing was dealing with the demons. If it were to deal with them, their sect would probably be reduced to ruins in less than 15 minutes. Moreover, he couldn't feel any spiritual power from Xiao Changtian, which showed how powerful he was. Senior, you're too polite. I originally wanted to pull Yunling over to thank you, but there are still some matters in the sect that haven't been settled. Even though he said this, the Misty Cloud sect leader actually had ulterior motives. After all, Yunling was still young, and he was about to get old. If he didn't fight for it, he would probably never have the chance to make a comeback in this lifetime. There's no need to thank me. Why don't you come with me to my house? Seeing that the other party had come all the way here, Xiao Changtian felt embarrassed to ask them to go back. Alright. Hearing that Xiao Changtian had invited him to his house, the eyes of the Misty Cloud sect's leader instantly lit up. Since Senior had agreed to go to his house, did that mean that he had tacitly agreed? Why don't you go first? I still have things to deal with, so I'll go back immediately. After Xiao Changtian told them his courtyard, he walked towards the Glorious Star restaurant. He wanted to see how the construction of Xinhua building was going. Not long after, Xiao Changtian arrived at the Glorious Star restaurant.
Yo.
Senior, you're here. Seeing Xiao Changtian, the Scorching Sun sect master immediately went up to him. In order to satisfy Xiao Changtian, the leader of the Scorching Sun sect stayed at the construction site all night to watch them work. Senior, don't worry. I will definitely make our Glorious Star restaurant the most luxurious restaurant in the entire Starry Town, no, in the entire Jade Lake sacred world. Don't worry. Looking at Xiao Changtian, the Scorching Sun sect master said heroically. Thank you so much this time. Xiao Changtian didn't expect that he would only help his son. He had worked so hard to help her build the Glorious Star restaurant. He was really a good person. However, how long will it take to complete this? During the construction period, Starry Tower could not operate normally. In other words, Xiao Changtian didn't have any income these few days. All he had left was the 500 gold coins and the money he had earned from the Glorious Star restaurant. Senior, don't worry. It would definitely be completed in less than half a month. Senior, why didn't you look for me about this? At this moment, Taoist Master Wansho walked over unwillingly. He was the first one to meet the senior. Why did the Scorching Sun sect master come here? Uncle Wansho, don't bother with this matter. Look at your old arms and legs. If anything happens to you, how am I going to explain it to Lorraine and the others? Xiao Changtian looked at Master Wansho with a smile. This Uncle Wansho was too enthusiastic. But even if he was enthusiastic, he couldn't let such an old man help him build a house. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Master Taoist Wansho finally understood what he meant. So it was Senior who felt that his strength was not enough. Uncle Wansho, don't be too excited. Here, I'll give you an Ultraman. Remember, you must believe in light. Then, Xiao Changtian took out an Ultraman and handed it over. Although he didn't know what Senior had given him, Taoist Master Wansho immediately took it. Hiss! When Wansho Zhenren took the Ultraman that Xiao Changtian mentioned, his face immediately revealed an ecstatic expression. He felt a light from Ultraman rushing into his body. Immediately, He felt that he was about to break through. Damn it! Why didn't Senior give it to me? The Scorching Sun sect master naturally noticed the change in Master Shou, so he looked at him with jealousy. Thank you, Senior. Thank you, Senior. After Taoist Master Wan Shou finished speaking, he disappeared without a trace. D*MN, isn't this old man just Ultraman? Is there a need to be so excited? Xiao Chongtian was startled by Master Taoist Wan Shi's excitement. Haha, leader of the Scorching Sun sect, I'll leave the rest to you. I have something else to do, so I'll go back first. Xiao Chongtian didn't forget that there was someone waiting for him in the small courtyard. At this moment, the atmosphere in Xiao Changshan's yard was tense.
Who are you?
He actually dared to sit in Senior's courtyard. Feng Ling who had just come out of the room, saw the Misty Cloud sect leader sitting there in a carefree manner. A sense of danger instantly rose in his heart.
Who am I? Of course I'm Senior's man.
The leader of the Misty Cloud sect glanced at Feng Ling Humph. You're so inexperienced, and you still want to come out and fight with me.
Just wait and see.
Today, I'll definitely take you down. Senior's people? Hee, I've been by Senior's side for so long, but I've never seen Senior mention anyone. Feng Ling couldn't tell what this old woman was thinking. It's normal that you haven't heard of it. After all, my status is so special. How could Senior say it so easily? The Misty Cloud sect leader spoke in a manner that was unwilling to be outdone as he looked at Feng Ling. She's just a little girl. She should go back and train for another 200 years. Chapter 989. Burning Up 1. On the other side, the Shadow sect immediately sent people to inquire about the whereabouts of the third young master. Are you saying that this is all because of that person? The third brother of the Shadow sect had a dark expression on his face. Third brother, although this matter is infuriating, you can't be so rash. Looking at number 3's expression, the boss immediately said, Don't worry, I won't be rash. I want everyone involved in this matter to be buried with my son. Third brother gritted his teeth and said fiercely, Since they did not put his son in their eyes, then he did not put these people in his eyes either. These people were just waiting to die. At this moment, Shenzhong was quietly cultivating in the Divine Feather sect. Ever since he obtained the treasure from Senior that day, Shenzhong's strength had continuously broken through. From the very beginning, he was a great Saint Master, but he had already broken through to the Sage sect and was on the verge of breaking through to Saint Ruler. Only the elders of their sect had such strength. Therefore, Shenzhong was naturally valued by the higher-ups of the Divine Feather sect. Ha, Shenzhong, I wonder how you managed to break through to this level in an instant. At this moment, the Divine Feather sect master slowly walked over and asked. When he heard about this, he was so jealous that he was about to go crazy. One had to know that it had taken him 200 years to break through from Great Saint Master to Glory Sect. To a cultivator, 200 years was more than half a lifetime. He had spent most of his life breaking through, but this kid had only used 2 days. How could he not feel sad? Sect Master, I also received guidance from an expert by accident. Looking at Ultraman in his hand, Shenzhong's expression became extremely grateful. Who would have thought that his trip to the Yaling sect would yield such a huge harvest? I wonder where that expert is now. Is it convenient for me to meet him? At this moment, the Divine Feather sect master was so anxious that he gritted his teeth. That expert was actually so powerful. How good would it be if he could give him some pointers? Sigh, sect master, it's not that I don't want to tell you where that senior is, but I don't know at all. Shenzhong didn't even know Xiao Changshan's name. Oh, right, it seems that Patriarch Effulgent knows Senior. If you really want to see Senior, you can ask him.
All right.
Cultivate well. Our Divine Feather sect will be relying on you in the future. After asking about Senior, the Divine Feather sect master left impatiently. He had to hurry up and ask Senior where he was. On the other side, the few people from the Effulgent sect were as anxious as ants on a hot pan. What should we do? This matter had already been known by the people of the Dark Void sect. Presumably, They would not let it go so easily. The sect master of the Radiant Light sect sighed heavily. If it really doesn't work, well, just say that all of this was done by Senior. Forefather Effulgent was extremely afraid at this moment. Who didn't know how terrifying the Shadow Sect was? Although Xiao Changtian was powerful, they had never seen him before, so they couldn't judge how powerful he was. The Shadow Sect was truly powerful. After weighing the pros and cons, Patriarch Effulgent finally made up his mind. Senior, I'm sorry about this. At this moment, Xiao Changtian, who was walking to the entrance of the courtyard, sneezed fiercely.
Senior,
You're back.
sit down.
Are you tired? Are you thirsty? Do you want me to go cook for you now? The moment she saw Xiao Changtian, Feng quickly went up to him. Ling what's wrong with you today? Looking at Feng who was so attentive, Xiao Changtian was very puzzled. Although Feng was usually very diligent, she had never been like this before. Senior, didn't someone come to our house today? Feng gritted her teeth and glared at the Misty Cloud sect leader as she spoke. Oh, haha, you said it was her. Yes, I asked her to come. How about this, Ling go and make 2 dishes first. Xiao Changtian looked at the leader of the Misty Cloud sect who was seated a short distance away and said with a smile. Pfft! No way. She was really Senior's old flame. Senior has never treated me like this before. Feng felt a fire in her heart as she watched Xiao Changtian walk towards the Misty Cloud sect leader without even turning his head. It's all that bitch's fault for seducing Senior. If it weren't for them, Senior wouldn't even look at such a slut. After saying that, Feng walked into the kitchen unwillingly. Sister Ling, who made you so unhappy? What's wrong? Lai Jing asked doubtfully as he watched Feng walk in angrily. Don't mention it. There was a slut outside, and she insisted that she was Senior's woman, but Senior actually did not refute. Feng couldn't help but feel jealous when she thought about how familiar that woman was with Senior. At this moment, the leader of the Misty Cloud sect was chatting happily with Xiao Changtian outside. Ha ha ha, I didn't expect Senior to be so interesting. Yunling is really lucky to know you. The Misty Cloud sect leader's mind was swiftly spinning while he looked at Xiao Changtian. He could not continue chatting like this. No, Yunling is a good girl. Xiao Changtian unknowingly chatted for a while longer after encountering such a mature and charming woman like the leader of the Misty Cloud sect. By the way, Senior, it's already so late. That's right.
Why don't you stay here today?
After all, it was dark at night. Why was he chasing her away like this? Thank you so much, Senior. The leader of the Misty Cloud sect was extremely confident at this moment. Since Senior had asked her to stay the night, what did that mean? That meant that Senior had taken a fancy to her. Originally, the Misty Cloud sect leader had thought that the Senior Yunling knew was a bad old man. Even if it was a bad old man, she had already made preparations. He did not expect it to be such a young man. This caused the Misty Cloud sect leader to be too happy. After a while, they sat down to eat. Senior, do you smell a burnt smell? At this moment, Feng suddenly screamed. What burnt smells? Senior, it's normal that you can't smell it. After all, it's your people who are burning. After she finished speaking, Feng even fiercely glared at the sect leader of the Misty Cloud sect. Feng did not say anything else when she saw the Misty Cloud sect leader eating so happily. This was because she had long since put a little something in the Misty Cloud sect leader's meal. A slut like her wanted to climb into Senior's bed?
Dream on.
At that moment, in the Radiant Light sect, long time no see, sect master of the Radiant Glory sect. How have you been recently? The Divine Feather sect master walked in with a smile on his face. The Enlightenment sect master narrowed his eyes. May I know why the sect master of Divine Feather sect has come? I have important matters. I just want to see your ancestor. The Divine Feather sect master could not wait to see Senior. Chapter 990. I had this hobbit one Divine Feather Sect Master, our ancestor has been in seclusion recently. The sect master of the Bright Brilliance sect did not know what he wanted to do, but at this juncture, the old ancestor did not want to see anyone. What is it? He's in seclusion. The Divine Feather Sect master looked at him in disappointment. Sigh, looks like I still won't be able to see Senior. He originally thought that he would be able to see Senior soon, but who knew that their ancestor was actually in seclusion to cultivate? Divine Feather Sect master, the Senior you're talking about? When he heard the word Senior, the sect master's expression turned ugly. Yeah, it's because of the Yowling Sex banquet last time that the kid in our sect received Senior's advice and advanced a few levels in a row. I was still thinking of asking Senior where he is. Just like that, the Divine Feather Sect master's thoughts were shattered. As for the sect leader of the Bright Brilliance sect, he was still the same Senior. Don't you know about this? The sect master of the Effulgent sect was a little curious. After all, it was because of his disciple that they had a conflict with the loyal gods in their sect. What is it? The Divine Feather sect master looked at him with a dumbfounded expression. Because their sect did not care about the previous banquet at all, no one knew who had gotten the invitation. In other words, Shenzhong was the only one in the entire Divine Feather sect who attended the banquet. If Shenzhong did not say anything, it was normal for the Divine Feather sect master to not know. Seeing the Divine Feather sect master being kept in the dark, the Radiant Brilliance sect master quickly told him the whole story. Moreover, he told the Divine Feather sect master that their old group was not really in seclusion this time. They were hiding from the people of the Dark Void sect.
What?
Evil creature. You always cause trouble for me. I knew that kid wasn't a good person. When he heard about the Dark Void sect, the Divine Feather sect master's face turned pale with anger, and his body trembled with anger. He did not expect that not only did he not see Senior this time, but he also received such shocking news. Divine Feather sect master, don't be angry. You'd better hurry back and think of a countermeasure. According to the Dark Void sect's character, they won't let go of the people who participated in this incident. The sect leader of the Bright Brilliance sect sighed at him. In the end, the biggest culprit in this matter was that Senior. If not for that Senior, the ancestor would not have attacked his own disciple. After the Divine Feather sect master finished speaking, he did not stay any longer. Because this matter was really important, he had to go back and gather all the elders for a meeting. And the demons had not made any movements these days. Because Sacred Lord Demonic Flame was recuperating in seclusion, everything seemed to have stopped. Xiao Changtian. Just you wait, it'll break you into pieces. On the other side, Xiao Changtian sneezed and frowned. Damn it, I don't know who I've offended recently. Why do I feel like there's always someone scolding me? In another room, Foam Ling looked at the woman who had been cleaned up. The Misty Cloud sect leader. Foam Ling Air's face revealed a proud smile. Didn't you want to settle Senior? Dream on. Because the Misty Cloud sect leader was not on guard in this place, he did not know that Foam Ling had used a trick on him. Therefore, she fell onto the bed without any warning. Foam Ling who had finished all of this, was so tired that she was panting. She lay down beside the Misty Cloud sect leader, without even thinking. The next day, the leader of the Misty Cloud sect woke up early. The Misty Cloud sect leader opened his eyes in terror the instant he sensed that something was amiss. When did I fall asleep? Beside him was the heroic Foam Ling The two of them were not best friends, but they were very close now. How could the Misty Cloud sect leader endure this? B*TCH. Why are you shouting so early in the morning? If you disturb Senior's sleep, I won't let you off. After Foam Ling was startled awake by the Misty Cloud sect leader, she fiercely glared at her. Originally, Foam Ling didn't plan to sleep here. Who knew that she was too tired and couldn't control herself? At this moment, the Misty Cloud sect leader was speaking incoherently. That's not right. She originally wanted to settle the Senior, but in the blink of an eye, it was this woman in front of her. You what you, me what me. If I tell you, I won't be responsible for you. Feng Ling cursed loudly and stood up. After all, this woman had evil intentions. He just didn't let her get what she wanted and didn't do anything to her. The leader of the Misty Cloud sect wanted to cry, but had no tears. Ancestors of the Misty Cloud sect, I have really let all of you down. Feng Ling ignored her and opened the door in disdain. However, the moment she opened the door, Feng Ling was dumbfounded. Because Xiao Changtian was looking at her with a gossipy face and bright eyes. D*MN Ling are you guys that close? Who would have thought that the pure and innocent-looking Feng Ling would actually progress so quickly with the Misty Cloud sect leader? No wonder the Misty Cloud sect leader was so enthusiastic when he saw him yesterday. It turned out that he had long been plotting something. However, he did not expect Feng Ling to be the one who wanted to save Zhao. No, Senior, listen to the explanation. This matter is really not what you think. Feng Ling had never thought that she would be misunderstood by Senior.
Ling I understand. You don't have to explain to me.
After all, he had heard that the Misty Cloud sect leader was still unmarried at this age. No, Senior, it's really not what you think. Feng Ling was so anxious that she was about to vomit blood. How could the ending be like this? Xiao Changtian just smiled and didn't pay too much attention to this matter. However, at this moment, the sky above Stars Town suddenly darkened and was suffused with a terrifying red light. In the dark clouds stood a few men in black. Such an amazing scene made the residents of Stars Town unable to help but come out to watch. Why do I feel like it's going to rain all of a sudden? Why is the weather so strange? Maybe there's a great calamity? This day is rare. At this moment, inside the Pavilion of Heavenly Secrets, the pavilion master of the secret pavilion looked at the sky outside and frowned. What happened? Could it be that the unrest that Senior said was coming? The few experts in the sky were not simple. Pavilion master, who are those people looking for? At this moment, the first elder of the Prophecy Pavilion could not help but ask. If someone wanted to attack them, they would have received the news long ago. However, these people did not seem to be here to deal with the secret pavilion. I don't know. Other than Senior, there shouldn't be anyone in our star town who is worthy of these people's help. The pavilion master of the Pavilion of Heavenly Secrets sensed the aura and seemed to be able to vaguely guess that those people were from the Dark Void sect. Chapter 991. Third Master 1. Then what should we do? Sect Master? Are we still going to help Senior? Looking at the dark red sky, the Grand Elder of the Prophecy Pavilion asked with a serious expression. Those people are already here, but Senior hasn't made a move yet. That meant that Senior must have expected it. If we go to help again, we'll only be adding to the mess. The Pavilion Master of the Secret Pavilion narrowed his eyes as he looked outside. With Senior's strength, even if these people are very terrifying, they're nothing to Senior. On the other side, at the Divine Feather Sect, ever since they found out that Xinzhong had offended the Dark Void Sect, the upper echelons of the Divine Feather Sect had held a meeting overnight. In the end, they made a decision to expel Xinzhong from the Divine Feather Sect. Even if Xinzhong was a pillar of the sect, they did not want the entire sect to be destroyed because of him. Xinzhong, the elders, and I have already decided on this matter. The whole thing started because of you. If you hadn't insisted on attending their banquet, this wouldn't have happened. The Divine Feather Sect master looked at Xinzhong impatiently. They had originally thought that their Divine Feather Sect had a future hope. They didn't expect that before it became hope, it almost pushed them into the abyss. The Divine Feather Sect would definitely know if they should abandon such a person. Sect Master, I didn't expect that I would end up like this. However, I can't blame you for this. After all, the Dark Void Sect is so powerful. Although Xinzhong did not say anything, he still looked at the Divine Feather Sect Master with disappointment. Originally, he was not welcomed in the Divine Feather Sect. He did not expect that he would see it clearly through this matter. Xinzhong, you don't have to hate me for this. Even if the senior you speak of comes, he probably won't be able to save you. Bullshit. With Senior's strength, not to mention the Dark Void sect, even ruling the entire Jade Lake sacred world would be nothing for Senior. Even at this time, you're still so stubborn. I think you're hopeless. The Divine Feather sect master had not expected that he would be brainwashed so thoroughly by that Senior. Although he could make Xinzhong rise so many levels, everything was so pathetic in front of the Dark Void sect. Boom! At this moment, a loud sound suddenly rang out in the sky above the Divine Feather sect. Immediately after, everyone saw a huge hole suddenly tear open in the blue sky. From the huge hole, a figure rushed down with a few people.
Then, they are from the Dark Void sect.
At this moment, the people from the Divine Feather sect were all panicking. They were afraid that the people of the Dark Void sect would kill them indiscriminately.
Ja.
This should be enough, right? In front of the Divine Feather sect master, a few figures suddenly fell from the sky. Forefather Effulgent, the sect master of the Brilliant Light sect, and Patriarch Yaolin, why are you all here? He watched as those people were smashed to the ground. The Divine Feather sect master's heart thumped. It was over. It was all over. Even their ancestors had been captured. They had no time to escape at all. How interesting. Do you still need to ask why? Today, the third master of the Dark Void sect will make all of you die with my son. Third master looked at these people and revealed a terrifying smile. Looking at third master's terrifying expression, the Divine Feather sect master was so frightened that he knelt down with a thud. Although he was the sect master of the Divine Feather sect, his strength had already reached the level of a saint ruler. However, the third master of the Dark Void sect was a Saint Emperor. Saint Emperor. It was an existence that the entire Jade Lake sacred world feared. In the entire Jade Lake sacred world, no one dared to go against him. But now, they had killed the Sage Emperor's son. It was equivalent to giving all of them a death sentence. Third Master, calm down first. This matter has nothing to do with the rest of us. It's all this kid's fault. After the Divine Feather sect master finished speaking, he pointed at Xinzhong. God Loyalty was instantly stunned. He did not expect that at this critical moment, the sect master he had always admired the most would actually push all the responsibility onto him. Instantly, Xinzhong was extremely disappointed with the Divine Feather sect master. That's right. Third Master, if you want to blame someone, blame their Divine Feather sect's loyalty.
I wanted to stop them at that time.
Looking at this scene, the Yaolin ancestor could not help but kneel down and tremble. Right now, as long as he could survive, he didn't care about his reputation. Xinzhong did not expect that he would suddenly become the target of everyone. His face instantly turned pale. Godly loyalty. I naturally won't let him off, and I won't let any of you old things off either. Third Master hated people who stabbed others at such a critical moment. These old fellows should have died, but he did not expect them to be so suicidal before the last minute. Third Master, I believe that you're not someone who can't tell right from wrong. However, just as the Divine Feather sect master finished speaking, everyone heard a bang. Immediately after, everyone saw the fragments of the Divine Feather sect master scattered to the side. There was still a bloody mist that had not dissipated. Trash is trash, and you're still so noisy. Then I'll start with you. Third Master said disdainfully as he looked at the fragments on the ground. Die. Dead? The sect master is dead. Everyone who was hiding in the distance was so scared that their legs were trembling. Some of them were so scared that a warm current was left between their legs. Don't worry, I've already investigated the matter. None of you will be able to escape, not even that senior you mentioned. Third Master had sent 5 Saint Kings who were about to break through to Saint Emperor to deal with that so-called senior. None of them could escape. Next, let me see who's next. Looking at Third Master's judgmental gaze, the few people on the ground all trembled in fear. He was too terrifying. Just looking at him made it difficult for him to breathe. The reason why Third Master sent his son to the Brilliant sect in the beginning was because their Dark Void sect was being pestered by the demons. This entanglement could not be resolved in a short period of time. Therefore, even the Saint Emperor Third Master could only send him here to protect his descendants. He didn't expect that although his son had escaped from the demonic claws of the demons, he would be killed by these people. How could he not be angry? He wished he could flatten the entire Jade Nether Kingdom. Moreover, he had already decided on the way here to destroy all of these sections. Senior, I will believe in the light. Looking at the scene before him, God Zhong took out Ultraman Prayer and placed it on his chest. Chapter 992. There's nothing wrong with believing in Senior. 1. Haraha, kid, it's your turn next. Third Master didn't pay attention to Shenzhong's strange actions. He just smiled coldly. In an instant, Third Master's huge pressure pressed down on Shenzhong. At the same time, a large hand grabbed over fiercely. Buzz! However, just as Third Master was about to meet Shenzhong, suddenly, a dazzling white light shone from Shenzhong's arms. Hiss! What was that? Why is it so dazzling? What everyone waited for was not the death of Shenzhong, but the blinding white light. For a moment, everyone was blinded by the light. It's just a small trick. Facing that white light, Third Master's face was filled with disdain. Then he increased the intensity of his movements. What happened? However, when San wanted to use force, he felt something blocking him. At this moment, the dazzling light gradually dissipated. A huge figure appeared in front of everyone. Alright, what a powerful aura. Even Third Master could not help but narrow his eyes when he saw the huge figure. But isn't it just a little big?
Can you still stump me?
Looking at the scene at the moment, the people around them were all stunned in place. Then, what is that thing? That's right. I've never seen such a strange thing. No one knew what Ultraman was, nor did they know the power of Ultraman. Bang! When Third Master, who was in midair, wanted to hit Ultraman fiercely, he was kicked dozens of meters away by Ultraman. F***CK. This was simply impossible. How could this thing unleash such great power? Third Master, who was sent flying, looked at Ultraman in disbelief. This scene made everyone's jaws drop. 3. Third Master is a Saint Emperor. Saint, the Third Master of the Sage Emperor, was actually sent flying by that thing. At this moment, it was as if a clap of thunder had rung in the minds of Patriarch Effulgent, the sect master of the Effulgent sect, and Patriarch Yaolin. Others might not know, but they knew very well. That thing was given to Shenzhong by Senior. Who would have thought that Senior would be so willing to give Shenzhong such a powerful thing? Ha ha ha. I knew it. I knew that I wouldn't be wrong to trust Senior. At this moment, Shenzhong was ecstatic. It turned out that Senior had long expected him to have such trouble. That was why she gave him the Ultraman and made him believe in light. Ha ha ha. It's fine if I don't stay in the Divine Feather sect. After this matter is over, I'll go and seek refuge with Senior. Third Master, who was in midair, gritted his teeth. He had never thought that this unknown thing in front of him would be so powerful. Even he, a divine emperor, found it very difficult to deal with him. However, at this moment, Ultraman suddenly stood still. Not good. Seeing this scene, Third Master's heart suddenly pounded like thunder. Because he could feel the great danger at this moment. In an instant, Third Master did not hesitate and quickly activated the teleportation scroll. However, at that moment, a laser shot over. Puff! Even though Third Master was quickly teleported away by the teleportation scroll, he was still hit by the laser. Third bro, why did you suddenly come back? Why is there something wrong with her body? Because Third Master suddenly appeared in front of the Gray Shadow Man. The Gray Shadow Man was shocked. Looking at Third Master's condition, the Gray Shadow Man's expression changed again. How could he not know Third Master's strength? Third Master was a Saint Emperor. No one in the entire Jade Lake sacred world was his match. Now, it seemed that Third Master had been attacked and was heavily injured. Boss! Hurry up!
Help me.
At this moment, Third Master felt as if the spiritual power in his body was exploding and his entire body was in great pain. On the other hand, he watched Third Master escape in a panic after being beaten up by Ultraman. Everyone present was so shocked that they were speechless. At this moment, the scene was as quiet as a morgue. No, I'm not. No way, how could this be? When old ancestor Mingyao met Third Master, he had already decided to give up hope of living. And now, Third Master had been beaten away by such a guy? God. Little brother Xinzhong, I wonder if this thing was given to you by Senior? At this moment, the head of the Radiant Brilliance sect immediately went forward to ask after seeing Xinzhong shrink back to his original size. Effulgent sect master, other than Senior, who else do you think has such great abilities? Xinzhong couldn't wait any longer. Since he had already been expelled from the Divine Feather sect, he had to hurry and find his senior. At this moment, the elders of the Divine Feather sect who had made the decision at the beginning were extremely regretful. No one had expected things to turn out like this. Even if they regretted it now, it was too late. Ha ha ha, I knew it. I knew that killing that kid was the right decision. When he saw this scene, Patriarch Effulgent laughed maniacally. Fortunately, before he could expose Senior, Third Master was chased away. At this moment in Star Town, where is the person Third Master asked us to find? Exactly. I also sensed for a long time, but I didn't feel that there were any powerful people in the entire town. I've searched the entire area within 100 miles, but I haven't seen any so-called experts. The 5 people in the dark clouds looked at each other. Then what should we do now? We can't find that person. Third Master had given them a death order. If they did not bring that person's head to see him, they were not to go back. Since things have come to this, I'm afraid we won't be able to find that person if we don't go down. Perhaps that person had already expected us to come, so he deliberately hid. We can only go down and look for him. Therefore, they decided to go to Star Town to find Xiao Changtian. At this moment, Xiao Changtian was in front of the Starry Tower, which was about to be completed. Haha, although the new glorious Star Tower hasn't been built yet, it already looks very grand. When it's built, won't it attract more people? Looking at the almost completed building, Xiao Changtian muttered in satisfaction. At this moment, the 5 of them had already disguised themselves and arrived at Star Town. There are so many people. How can we find that powerful person? Looking at the people coming and going on the street, the few of them were like headless flies. Who is the strongest? Wouldn't he know if he asked? If there was an expert in a town like this, the entire town would know about it. The leader sneered. Even if he hid to the ends of the earth, they could still find him. Chapter 993, Taoist Master Wanchus Breakthrough 1. Hey, brother, I want to ask you something. At this moment, the 5 of them saw Xiao Changtian walking over.
What?
Brothers, I wonder what's the matter? I'm familiar with the Stardust Town, so you can ask me anything you want. Xiao Changtian was in a very good mood at the moment. He looked at them with a very kind expression. I wonder who is the most powerful person here? Looking at Xiao Changtian, the leader smiled at him. The most powerful person? Hearing his words, Xiao Changtian couldn't help but ponder. Is there a need to ask? It must be the sect master of the Starry Sky sect. Xiao Changtian wasn't talking nonsense because the strongest sect in the entire Starry Town was the Starry sect, and who else could be the strongest in the Starry sect other than the sect leader? Although Xiao Changtian had never met the sect leader of the Starry Sky sect, he was very certain. Just the Starry Sky sect alone made Xiao Changtian extremely envious. He also yearned to be like the experts in his sect. Haha, I say, who is the strongest in this place? After hearing Xiao Changshan's answer, the leader laughed out loud. Then, after they asked where the place was, they brought their people there. Why are these people looking for the sect leader of the Starry Sky sect? Looking at the backs of those people, Xiao Changtian was a little confused. Forget it. I don't know those powerful people anyway. On the other side, the few of them soon arrived at the Starry Sky sect. Call your sect master out. The moment the 5 people appeared in the Starry Sky sect, everyone in the sect was shocked. They had never seen someone with such terrifying strength. Hurry up! Didn't you hear me? Seeing that the people around them were indifferent, the leader roared angrily. Big Lord, our sect master is in seclusion now. He won't be able to come out for a while. A person stood out and said carefully, "Ha ha ha, closed door cultivation. Then we'll just go out directly."
You.
Tell me, where is your sect master in seclusion now? The leader grabbed the collar of the person who had just spoken. Big Lord, please don't kill me. My lord. The man wanted to calm down, but he couldn't control his trembling body. Immediately, the smell of urine came from under him.
Bah. Trash.
He actually peed his pants. When he smelled the scent of the loans, the leader threw him out in disgust. In an instant, the man from Starry Sky sect crashed heavily into the ground in the distance, and he died. How dare you behave atrociously in the territory of our Starry Sky sect? At this moment, the White Beast and Lorraine walked over angrily. However, after seeing the strength of the 5 people, the White Beast and Lorraine's anger instantly subsided by more than half. What should we do? Father is in seclusion now. We are not his match at all. Why don't we ask Senior to help us? Looking at the 5 people in front of her, Lorraine was a little flustered. The strength of these 5 people was really too strong. They could not withstand them at all. Ha ha ha, you want to run? None of you here today can escape. The leader looked at the people from the Starry Sky sect with disdain. However, at this moment, there was a sudden boom from the mountain peak not far away. Immediately after, the entire sky darkened. Ha ha ha, Master is about to break through. Before the 5 of them could react, the White Beast laughed loudly. I didn't expect our sect master to break through again. Yes, we can be saved now. How could the people of the Starry Sky sect not see that these 5 people were here to cause trouble? Not good. With such a heaven and earth anomaly, what realm is that person trying to break through to? Looking at the dark lightning in the sky, the expressions of the 5 people instantly became extremely serious. Could it be that the expert was about to break through to Saint Emperor? Bang! However, before the 5 of them could react, a thunderbolt that was like a waterfall boomed down. Not good.
Quickly hide.
Looking at this huge heavenly lightning, the 5 of them immediately fled in a sorry state. The sect master of Starry Sky sect had expected such a thing to happen, so he had asked the people of Starry Sky sect to prepare in advance. Therefore, the people of the Stellar sect looked at the 5 of them like drowned rats. Bang! Finally, none of the 5 of them were spared. All of them were struck by the huge heavenly lightning. Fortunately, the 5 of them were extremely powerful. Even if it was such a powerful heavenly lightning, they could barely deal with it. Cough, cough, cough. Looks like that person is indeed not easy to deal with. Seeing that the heavenly lightning had finally weakened, the leader said with lingering fear, Bang! However, before they could heave a sigh of relief, another loud sound came from the distant mountain peak. Ha ha ha! He broke through. I've broken through to Saint Emperor this time. The sect master of Starry Sky sect jumped out with a loud roar. Ha ha, White Beast Lorraine, where are you two? Hurry up, I want to thank Senior properly. The Starry Sky sect master had never thought that he would be able to break through to the Saint King realm in this lifetime. And it was precisely because of the Ultraman that his senior had given him that his strength had actually broken through continuously. He was already extremely satisfied when he broke through to Saint King. He didn't expect that after breaking through to the Holy Queen, his cultivation was still rising. In the end, he finally reached Saint Emperor. How could the sect master of Starry Sky sect not be happy? One had to know that the strength of a Saint Emperor was an existence that could do anything in the entire Jade Lake sacred world. Master, Father, come over quickly. We're surrounded by these people and don't dare to move. White Beast and Lorraine were also ecstatic when they saw Taoist Master Wanchus break through. He had never thought that Taoist Master Wansho would really become a Saint Emperor. Everything felt like a dream.
What?
Which blind person dared to attack our Starry Sky sect? Upon hearing the words of the White Beast and Lorraine, Taoist Master Wansho landed in front of the 5 people with an unfriendly expression. Haha, do these few clowns still want to cause trouble for our Starry Sky sect? Taoist Master Wansho could not help but mock as he watched the 5 people in front of him being charred black.
You?
Do you know who we are? How dare you laugh at us? The leader had never expected this person to be a Saint Emperor. This was the strength that only their 3rd master possessed. Even though they were 5 saint rulers, they were not even as strong as a Saint Emperor. Therefore, the 5 of them did not dare to act rashly when they saw the Wansho Shinrin in front of them. Chapter 994. Someone broke through to Saint Emperor 1. Who are you guys? Haha, what a joke. Even if you guys are heavenly kings, I'm not afraid. After the man of 10,000 beasts finished speaking, a huge power attacked the 5 people in front of him. Boom. Bang. In an instant, before the 5 of them had time to defend themselves, they were blasted dozens of meters away by the huge power. 5 huge pits instantly appeared in front of everyone.
Cough.
Not good. We are not his match at all. Let's go. The few of them instantly understood that if they stayed here, they would only be waiting for death. Tisk, just a few trash like them, and they still dare to cause trouble for our constellation. Seeing the fleeing figures of the few of them, Taoist Master Wansho did not give chase. Because these people were not worth his time. Master, congratulations on breaking through to Saint Emperor. Looking at Master Wansho, the White Beast's face was filled with joy. Now, the Starry Sky sect was completely controlled by Master Wansho. In addition, Reverend Wansho had broken through to the Saint Emperor realm. Their Starry Sky sect would soon become the #1 sect on the continent. If it weren't for Senior's advice, I wouldn't have been able to achieve so much. White Beast Lorraine, the 2 of you, hurry up and come with me to thank the Senior. Although he had already reached the strength of a Saint Emperor, compared to a Senior, it was like an ant meeting an elephant. Moreover, if it weren't for the great energy that the Senior gave him, he wouldn't have been able to break through to such strength. Immediately, they set off to find Xiao Changtian. Xiao Changtian was in the courtyard discussing something with the great elder of the Pavilion of Heavenly Secrets. As the pavilion master of the secret pavilion was a little worried, he had specially asked the great elder of the secret pavilion to come and see what was going on. Were those 5 people chased away by Senior? Senior, I wonder if anyone has come to find trouble with you in the past 2 days? However, after the great elder of the prophecy pavilion looked around, he did not find any traces of those 5 people. Looking for trouble with me? Who dares to find trouble with me? Xiao Changtian was a little confused. Could it be that the commotion he caused at the Glorious Star restaurant was too big and made others jealous? However, when the great elder of the Pavilion of Heavenly Secrets heard Xiao Changshan's words, he lowered his head in shame. That's right, with Senior strength, who would be so blind to find trouble with him? The 5 of them probably ran away after seeing how powerful Senior was. Senior. Thank you so much. At this moment, Taoist Master Wansho ran over excitedly with White Beast and Lorraine. Hiss. He had actually reached this realm. The moment the great elder of the Pavilion of Heavenly Secrets saw Taoist Master Wansho, his eyes widened in surprise. He couldn't believe that Reverend Wansho had actually broken through to Saint Emperor. If word of this spread, not only would the Prophecy Pavilion be shocked, even the surrounding 10,000 miles would be shocked. However, Xiao Changtian looked at Wansho Jinren in confusion. Why did he come to thank her for no reason? He didn't help Uncle Wansho in any way. Senior, if not for your Ultraman, I'm afraid. Ahaha, that thing you're talking about. That thing is not only useless to me, but it also takes up space. Xiao Changtian didn't know what happened to the Ultraman he gave to Uncle Wansho. However, seeing how excited Elder Wansho was, he was shocked. It seemed that his Ultraman had made Uncle Wansho believe in him. On the other side, the 5 people who had been sent to the Dark Void sect returned in a panic. Why did you guys come back in such a sorry state? The boss naturally saw the different degrees of injuries on their bodies. Sect Master. That person has already reached Saint Emperor. Even the 5 of us together are no match for him. The leader of the group said with a trembling voice. They had been hit hard by that attack and had yet to recover from it. What is it? The strength of a Saint Emperor. How is this possible? Other than our Dark Void sect having such strength, how could their small place have such a strong expert? The Dark Void sect master frowned again. Third brother was already badly injured because of this incident, and now these 5 people were even more so. How could that person be so powerful? Could it be that they only had one last option? Sect Master. I wonder if Third Master has returned? Looking at the leader of the sect in front of him, he asked. He was afraid that if Third Master came back and saw that they had not completed this matter, he would fly into a rage. Third brother, sigh. Third brother has lost all his spiritual power and has completely become a cripple. When the sect master of the Dark Void sect said this, his expression became gloomy again. One had to know that Third brother was the cornerstone of their Dark Void sect. And now his cultivation was actually crippled because of this matter. Could it be that that person had long been prepared to target their Dark Void sect? At first, it was Third brother's son, then Third brother, and finally the 5 generals of the Dark Void sect. It was all because of that person. It was as if this was a conspiracy targeting the Dark Void sect. Since you're so heartless, then don't blame the sect master of the Dark Void sect for being unjust. The sect master of the Dark Void sect had already made up his mind. He wants to cooperate with the demons. On the other side, not only was Shenzhong looking for Senior, but even Patriarch Effulgent was looking for Senior. However, Xiao Changtian did not tell them his address. Therefore, they couldn't find any trace of Xiao Changtian after searching for a long time. It seems that the reason why Senior asked me to believe in light must be because he knows that we might not meet again. Looking at Ultraman in his hand, Shenzhong fell into deep thought. Senior, I seem to understand your intentions. Even if he left the Divine Feather sect, as long as he believed in light, there would definitely be a day where he would stand out. At that moment, in the main hall of the Effulgent sect, Patriarch Effulgent had gathered a few people to discuss countermeasures. What do you think of this matter? We can't find Senior now, which means that Senior doesn't want to see us at all. Patriarch Effulgent looked at the others and sighed fiercely. Forefather Effulgent, sigh. Senior is already angry about what happened last time. The only reason he's helping us this time is because of Shenzhong. Now that Shenzhong has left, there's nothing we can do. Yeah, we can't do anything about it. At this moment, both Patriarch Yao Lin and Patriarch Divine Feather sighed heavily. This was because Forefather Divine Feather had been in seclusion at the start and did not know of this matter. They only knew that the sect master of their sect had died the moment they came out of seclusion. Right, Ancestor Effulgent. I sense that someone broke through to Saint Emperor in Star Town several hundred kilometers away yesterday. Looking at them, the Yaolin ancestor nodded. This matter had probably caused quite a stir among many people. Chapter 995. The Power of the Snail God, 1. Of course, we sensed it too. Who would have thought that after so many years, someone would actually break through to Saint Emperor in a small town like that? Forefather Effulgent, since we can't find Senior now, why don't we go to Star Town and pay a visit to that Divine Emperor? I think Forefather Godfeather is right. Senior doesn't want to see us now anyway, so why don't we go pay our respects to that Saint Emperor? At this moment, it was not only the decision-making board. All the other sects had the same plan. After all, if they could get to know a Divine Emperor, the entire sect would soar. At that time, Xiao Changtian asked the Great Elder of the Pavilion of Heavenly Secrets for the location of the next spiritual tree seed. First Elder, wait a minute. I wonder where the biggest bandit leader, Lu Daqiang, is? Xiao Changtian never thought that the seed of the spirit tree would fall into the hands of such a person. Senior, I almost forgot about you. Lu Daqiang had just been killed by the demon some time ago. I haven't had the time to update this news. Senior, please wait a moment. I'll return to the Pavilion of Heavenly Secrets to take a look now. After saying that, the great elder of the Prophecy Pavilion disappeared without a trace. Xiao Changtian didn't say anything. After all, this matter couldn't be rushed. The Grand Elder of the Prophecy Pavilion hurriedly returned to the Prophecy Pavilion. Pavilion Master, wasn't that Lu Daqiang killed by the demons? Where did his spirit tree seed go? Great Elder, you came at the right time. I just received the news. The Pavilion Master of the Secret Pavilion took out a letter and handed it to the Great Elder of the Secret Pavilion. The spirit tree seed was actually taken to that place by the demons. But didn't that place already become the demon's stronghold? Looking at the letter in his hand, the Great Elder of the Prophecy Pavilion fell into deep thought. That's right, but if the senior wants to find the spirit tree seed, he must go to that place. All right, I'll go tell senior now. The Pavilion Master of the Secret Pavilion also had a solemn expression as he watched the Great Elder leave. One had to know that that place was one of the largest strongholds of the demons. There were many demon experts hidden inside, and there were layers of mechanisms and demon beasts guarding it. The reason why that place was so heavily protected was to protect the treasures that the demons had scraped out. And the spirit tree seed was in that place. I'm afraid Senior will have to spend a lot of effort this time. On the other side, the Great Elder of the Pavilion of Heavenly Secrets soon arrived at Xiao Changshan's courtyard. Senior, I've already found the news. The spirit tree seed is in the 10,000 Spirit Valley. However, before the Great Elder of the Pavilion could finish speaking, Taoist Master Wanshou slapped his thigh. 10,000 Spirit Valley. I'm familiar with that place. Taoist Master Wanshou's eyes lit up when he heard the name of the place. Senior, you might not know this, but before I came here, I had been living in the 10,000 Spirit Valley. That place can be considered my hometown. Now that so many years have passed in the blink of an eye, I really miss it. Xiao Changtian looked at Master Wanshou, and his face revealed a look of joy. Since Myriad Spirit Valley was Master Wanshou's hometown, this operation should be very smooth. Haha, if that's the case, Uncle Wanshou, do you want to come with me and go back to take a look? Senior, I was just about to tell you that it's time to go back and take a look after so many years. The Great Elder of the Prophecy Pavilion could not interrupt their conversation at all. He could only watch helplessly as the two of them decided on this matter. Forget it. Senior is so strong anyway, and Taoist Wanshou has already reached Saint Emperor. Even if the demons were heavily guarded, there shouldn't be any problem for the two of them to go together. Uncle Wanshou, since that's the case, why don't you go back and pack up first? Well, set off immediately. The two of them didn't hesitate. This news quickly spread throughout the Starry Sky sect and soon reached the ears of Patriarch Effulgent and the others. What is it? Saint Emperors are heading to Myriad Spirit Valley. When the three of them heard the news, all of them widened their eyes in surprise. 10,000 Spirit Valley. The place that had been invaded by the demons. Why would an expert go to that place? This was because they all knew how terrifying 10,000 Spirit Valley was. Forefather Effulgent, what should we do now? Should we go find an expert or not? That's right, if the us went to help the expert, maybe the Saint Emperor would be on good terms with us. The few of them could not help but think again. After all, such a good opportunity was placed in front of them. Although it was a little dangerous, if they grasped it, it would be equivalent to a salted fish turning over a new leaf. Hiss. Since that's the case, we'd better go. After all, it's such a good opportunity. If someone else gets it first, we won't even have a place to cry. Forefather Effulgent thought for a moment and immediately said. On the other side, Xiao Changtian went to the Glorious Star restaurant before he left. Senior, don't worry. When you come back, the newly built Star Glory building will definitely brighten your eyes. The sect master of Scorching Sun's sect worked even harder after seeing Master Wanshou break through to Saint Emperor. Perhaps Senior would give him some pointers when he saw how hard he was working. Forget about Saint Emperor. He would be satisfied if he could break through to Saint Ruler, leader of the Scorching Sun sect. I really don't know how to thank you for this. Don't worry, when I come back this time, I will definitely give you a lot of help. Xiao Changtian felt a little guilty when he saw the Scorching Sun sect master working so hard. He had wanted to give the Scorching Sun sect master more gold coins. In the end, all the gold coins had been scammed by that stupid system. Fortunately, he had saved some for the Scorching Sun sect master. When the Scorching Sun sect master heard that, he knew that he would be the one to get the reward. His eyes immediately lit up. It seems that Senior has always taken me to heart, ha. The Scorching Sun sect would probably soar to the sky in the future. After that, Xiao Changtian brought Master Wanshou to the 10,000 Spirit Valley. Oh, right, Uncle Wanshou, since that place is so far away, we can't walk there like this. Xiao Changtian sighed as he looked at Uncle Wanshou's frail figure. If it wasn't for the lack of gold coins, he would have gone to rent a spaceship. Now, he could only rely on the mount that the system had rewarded him with. Xiao Changtian quickly summoned the huge snail. Senior. You. When Elder Wanshou saw the huge snail, he was so surprised that his mouth was so big that it could fit 2 steamed buns. Wasn't this the ancient divine beast, the snail god? Taoist Master Wanshou had thought that this ancient divine beast had long gone extinct. He did not expect Senior to take it out today. One had to know that just this snail god's power alone was enough to contend with him, a saint emperor. Chapter 996. This speed is about 30 miles. 1. Aya. It's just a small matter.
Don't be so agitated.
Seeing Master Wanshou's terrified expression, Xiao Changtian immediately went up to comfort him. Uncle Wanshou had never seen such a big snail before, but he couldn't be blamed. Ha,
Small scene.
Every time, Senior would take out something shocking. And these things were simply things that Senior couldn't bring to the table. Senior was truly terrifying. All right, Uncle Wanshou, let's go up and look. Although this thing can't compare to that spaceship, it's better than walking over. Xiao Changtian sighed as he looked at the snail. He wondered when the system would give him something normal. At this moment in the demon race. After half a month of recuperation, I've finally recovered. Sacred Lord Demonic Flame stood in the demon palace and laughed maniacally. In order to speed up his recovery, he had used a lot of natural treasures in the past half a month. Report. Lord Demonic Flame. The latest information on Xiao Changtian.
Speak.
Sacred Lord Demonic Flame didn't expect Xiao Changtian to jump right after he recovered. Xiao Changtian brought a Saint Emperor to Myriad Spirit Valley. He seems to be looking for something. Sacred Lord Demonic Flame's expression darkened. All right, I've just recovered, and am already thinking about the treasures of our 10,000 Spirit Valley. However, a cold smile soon appeared on Sacred Lord Demonic Flame's gloomy face. Since you want our treasures, you have to pay a price. Seeing Sacred Lord Demonic Flame's sinister expression, the demon god Saintess couldn't help but raise her eyebrows. Mo Yen, could it be that you've come up with another good idea? Of course. Since he has plans on our demon clan's concealment. Then this time, it'll make sure they never return. Pass down the orders. All the demons below the rank of Saint King of the Myriad Spirit Valley had retreated, while those above the rank of Saint King had all disguised themselves as mortals. Hearing this decision, the Saintess smiled. Demonic Flame, do you want to? Yes, I want that Xiao Changtian to lead us to the blood formation of our demon master in the 10,000 Spirit Valleys. One had to know that the demons had set up blood formations in all their strongholds. This array formation was not a defensive array formation. Instead, it would capture some cultivators and sacrifice them to the demon master every once in a while. Although he had not obtained any of the treasures from before, he had not been able to obtain them. However, because of the blood array, their demon master had already absorbed a lot of energy. This time, as long as Xiao Changtian entered the blood formation, he would be suppressed by the demon lord and would not be able to escape. Mo Yen, this time we have eliminated such a big hidden danger. The demon god Saintess couldn't help but feel happy. On the other side, Forefather Mingyao, Forefather Yao Lin, and Forefather Divine Feather were also on their way to Myriad Spirit Valley. That Saint Emperor expert is leaving from Stars Town. Why don't we hurry up and wait on the road? The leading forefather suggested. Good. Then, the three of them did not hesitate and quickly flew toward the horizon. At this moment, Xiao Changtian was sitting on the snail's back and looking around in boredom. Uncle Wanshou, although this thing is a little slow, it's lucky that it has enough space. Even if the two of us lie on its back, we can still lie down. Xiao Changtian sighed as he looked at the scenery around him. This speed was at least 30 miles per hour. This speed was almost the same as the electric donkey in his previous life. Who cares? It was better than them walking anyway. However, Xiao Changtian still missed the feeling of flying ships. No matter how big the space under his butt was, could it be as big as the space on the spaceship? Fortunately, this thing didn't cost money. The spaceship was really too expensive. He couldn't afford it at all. Uncle Wanshou, if you are tired, lie down and rest for a while. It is already dark, so I will lie down first. In the end, Xiao Changtian compromised when he saw the big snail under his butt. Ha ha ha, senior, go to sleep first. Am not sleepy. Master Taoist Wanshou wanted to rest. But now, the thing sitting under her, but was none other than the snail god. That speed was so fast that nothing in the entire Jade Pool's sacred world could compare to it. If he fell asleep, the snail god would probably be able to throw him off when it exerted its strength. And only someone with senior's strength could sleep so unscrupulously on the snail god. At this moment, the three people on the other side were like flowing lights, finally catching up to Xiao Changtian and the others. It's already so late. That Saint Emperor probably won't advance any further. Yeah, why don't we wait here tonight? We might meet Saint Emperors tomorrow morning. Looking at the two of them, Patriarch Effulgent nodded in agreement. After all, the 10,000 Spirit Valley wasn't near, and they needed to conserve their energy. Just as the three of them sat down, a black shadow suddenly flashed past them. Ming, Forefather Effulgent, did you see what passed by just now? The few of them were instantly shocked by the black shadow. However, when they turned around, the black shadow disappeared. Look, I saw it, but what was it? I didn't even have the time to see it clearly. One had to know that the three of them were all Saint Kings. Nothing could escape their eyes. But even so, the three of them did not see the black shadow clearly. At this moment, Master Wanshou, who was sitting on the snail's back, grabbed Xiao Changshen's sleeve tightly. He had said that if he dared to sleep, he would definitely be thrown off by the snail god. Forget it, forget it. Maybe this place is strange. Let's rest and leave quickly when the sky is almost bright. Although the three of them did not see what it was, they did not take it to heart. After all, the black shadow did not cause any harm to them. The next day, Xiao Changtian slowly sat up straight after he woke up. Although I'm a little uncomfortable, I've slept enough. Xiao Changtian sat up straight and stretched comfortably.
Cough.
Uncle Wanshou, what's wrong? Why is your face so pale? However, when Xiao Changtian turned around, he saw Master Wanshou sitting there with a face as pale as a corpse. This gave Xiao Changtian a fright. If anything happened to this old man, how would he explain it to the white beast Lorraine?
Senior, don't worry about me. I just didn't rest well.
Let me go down and rest for a while. Reverend Wanshou wanted to cry, but had no tears. Because the snail god was too fast last night, even Master Wanshou, who was holding onto Xiao Changshen's sleeve, was still very scared. Chapter 997. Arriving at 10,000 Spirit Valley 1. Aya, you have to be careful, Uncle 10,000 Beasts. With that, Xiao Changtian helped the trembling Master Wanshou down. Could it be that we have already arrived at the 10,000 Spirit Valley? After Xiao Changtian helped Master Wanshou down, he looked around and asked in surprise. Yes, we have already arrived at the 10,000 Spirit Valley. Not only did they arrive at the 10,000 Spirit Valley, but they also arrived at the 10,000 Spirit Valley in the middle of the night yesterday. Not long after Xiao Changtian fell asleep. Hiss, then it seems that this place isn't far. At first, Uncle Wanshou said that this place was very far from where they were, but in the end, they arrived in just one night. According to the snail's speed, this place was not many kilometers away from them. However, this was not strange. Thinking back, when Uncle Wanshou left home, he was probably not that old. At that time, it would probably take a lot of time to walk from this place to Stellar Town. On the other side, the three of them slowly walked forward at dawn. Forefather Mingyao, why hasn't that Saint Emperor caught up yet? Did they not want to go to this place anymore? However, the three of them walked on that road for a long time, and no one chased after them. Impossible. I've investigated it clearly. This road is the only way from Stars Town to 10,000 Spirit Valley. Patriarch Effulgent said, with an unquestionable expression. In addition, I calculated where we were last night based on the fastest speed of Saint Emperors. Well, definitely meet that expert. For this opportunity, the old ancestor had made preparations.
There would not be any mistakes.
All right, let's take our time. Forefather Divine Feather and Forefather Yao didn't dare to say anything because Forefather Brightshine had already planned it out. On the other side, Taoist Master Wanshou rested for a long time before his face gradually turned red. Senior, I feel like I've rested enough. Let's go now. Looking at the huge canyon ahead, Taoist Master Wanshou was filled with emotion. One had to know that when he was young, he had been running all over the valley. He was full of feelings for this 10,000 Spirit Valley. Now that he had finally returned after so many years, Master Taoist Wanshou was extremely excited. Then, the two of them walked toward the huge canyon. However, as soon as he entered, Xiao Changtian vaguely felt that something was wrong. However, Xiao Changtian didn't say anything when he saw how excited the old man was. Senior, we're almost there. Can you see the smoke in front? That's where I used to live. Seeing the scene, Taoist Wanshou could not help but quicken his pace. At this moment, the villagers standing in the distance sneered. The two people Darren mentioned are finally here.
Hey.
Are you two foreigners? Why is he in our town? Just as Xiao Changtian and the other man were walking, a voice called out to them. Auntie, you've misunderstood. We're not outsiders. I used to be from this village. After hearing the auntie's words, Taoist Master Wanshou replied kindly. What is it? This village, yo. Why haven't I seen you before? The auntie looked at Taoist Wanshou with a curious expression. Of course it's normal that you haven't seen me. I left this place when I was 10 years old and haven't returned for so many years, so I wanted to come back and take a look. Looking at the surrounding houses, although they had all been renovated, Taoist Master Wanshou could still vaguely see the shadows of the past. Those feelings are so good. You two wait a moment. After the auntie heard Master Taoist Wanshou's words, she ran away with a smile. I didn't expect the people here to be so enthusiastic. Looking at the auntie's honest smile, Xiao Changtian couldn't help but sigh. That's right, senior. This time, you can take it as a relaxation. Don't worry, as long as we ask, these residents will definitely know where the spirit tree seed is. Xiao Changtian didn't expect this trip to be so enjoyable. He could not help but relax. Come and take a look. This is our new guest.
Don't be too surprised.
At this moment, the auntie from before brought a group of villagers over. You're too polite. We're just here to take a look. You don't have to make such a big fuss to welcome us. Taoist Wanshou looked at the villagers with a friendly expression. Oh, Andy, I wonder if you know a person called Su Ergu? This person was of great significance to Taoist Master Wanshou. This was because Su Ergu had been taking care of Master Wanshou for the past 10 years. He had been living in Myriad Spirit Valley. Now that he was rich, he naturally wanted to repay him. Su Ergu? Why haven't I heard of such a person on our village? The auntie revealed a thoughtful expression. Old Su family, someone come quickly. Do you know Su Ergu? The auntie shouted at the crowd after thinking for a while. Sir. Su Ergu, it seems like he's the one holding our family. At this moment, a young man walked out and said slowly. Haha, I know you're his grandson. She did not expect to see him again after so many years. Uncle, tell me the truth is not the truth. I am not his grandson, because he is my wife's great-grandfather. The young man looked at Taoist Wanshou in embarrassment. I almost forgot. He had cultivated for so many years. Which mortal could live for so many years? This time he was still too impulsive. Great-grandfather, my God. You're really amazing. Seeing the young man, Xiao Changtian was surprised. This family changed quite quickly. At the same time, in the demon race, reporting to Lord Mo Yen, Xiao Changtian and the sect master of Stellar Sect have arrived at the 10,000 Spirit Valley. A figure reported in the hall. Everything is going according to your instructions. Haha, good. As long as they were lured into the blood array, they would be able to escape. Sacred Lord Demonic Flame revealed a gratified smile. As long as Xiao Changtian was sacrificed, the Demon Lord would be greatly nourished this time. Perhaps the Demon Master would awaken because of this. On the other side, Patriarch Effulgent and the other two were still walking unhurriedly on the road. No, Forefather Effulgent, we've been waiting for so long. Why haven't we seen them? Forefather Yaolin had a helpless look on her face. Was Forefather Effulgent reliable? Although the cultivation levels of Patriarch Effulgent and the others were about the same, Patriarch Effulgent's strength was the highest among the three of them. They trusted Patriarch Effulgent very much. However, after such a long time, there was still no movement. The two of them could not wait any longer. Chapter 998. The Young Miss of the Dark Void Sect 1. Why are you two so impetuous? Look at the two of you. It's still difficult for you to achieve great things. Patriarch Effulgent glared fiercely at the two of them. He was also very curious as to why Saint Emperors had yet to arrive. However, he still believed in his judgment. Forefather Effulgent, since that's the case, I can only make a move first. Ancestor Yaolin finally said impatiently. Since Forefather Yaolin has left, I'll be leaving as well, Forefather Effulgent. You can wait here alone. They didn't believe that a Saint Emperor could walk so slowly. They had better go to 10,000 Spirit Valley to take a look. Perhaps that expert had already arrived. TSK. You two are a disgrace. Just wait. When I see an expert, you two won't have a chance. Patriarch Effulgent looked at the two of them angrily. He wanted to wait for Saint Emperors here. At this moment, outside the 10,000 Spirit Valley, a beautiful figure stood straight at the entrance of the 10,000 Spirit Valley. Miss, are we really going to enter this place? It was very terrifying inside. A maid in a light blue dress said worriedly. Since I've already decided on this matter, I'll definitely return to the 10,000 Spirit Valley. He looked at the mysterious valley in front of him. The figure took a deep breath. How could she not know that this place was already under the control of the demon race? However, the thing she wanted to take was in there, so she would go through it no matter how dangerous it was. Miss, if his lord knows, he will definitely worry about you. As long as you don't tell my father about this, I'm afraid my father won't know.
So, you must keep it a secret for me.
Looking at the servant girl, the beautiful figure nodded gently. In order to prevent his father from cooperating with the demons, he could only come here to find treasures that could help his third uncle recover. This matter had to be completed, no matter what. All right, why would the eldest miss of my Dark Void sect be afraid of these demons? Hurry up and follow me in. After saying that, the figure led the servant girl behind him into the myriad Spirit Valley. On the other side, Xiao Changtian and his companion were warmly welcomed by the villagers. Ha ha ha, no outsiders have come to our village for so many years. Today, you must eat and drink well. Looking at Taoist Master Wanshou and Xiao Changtian, the villagers were very enthusiastic. Xiao Changtian and Wanshou Jinren were enjoying themselves and didn't guard against him at all. After all, Master Taoist Wanshou had said that these people were all his fellow countrymen. Since they were from the same hometown, why would they harm them? Seeing this scene, the pretty girl from before was stunned. Why is this place completely different from what I imagined? Wasn't it said that there were many demons guarding the 10,000 Spirit Valley? Why were these villagers having a happy gathering? Everything was strange. Miss, something doesn't seem right? Even the young lattice servant girl could tell that something was wrong. Sure. Let's keep it a secret for now, and observe it slowly. Without knowing what was going on, the pretty girl didn't want to act rashly.
Yo.
Today is really a joyous occasion. Why are there 2 more little beauties in our village? At this moment, the auntie from before noticed the 2 of them and called out enthusiastically. In fact, the moment the 2 women entered the 10,000 Spirit Valley, they had been targeted by the demons. However, in order to cooperate with Lord Demon Flame's plan, these demon race people could only continue to play along. Haha, auntie, we just want to come to 10,000 Spirit Valley to find something. Looking at the enthusiastic auntie, the pretty girl smiled. Only when you're full will you have the strength to find things. We happen to have guests here.
Come and sit down.
Although he did not know why these 2 people suddenly appeared. However, these demons did not panic. Their target was Xiao Changtian, and the 2 women weren't very strong. It did not affect them at all. Then the 2 women were brought to Xiao Changtian, and the other 2. When she saw Master Wanshou, the young lady was stunned. He was actually an immortal cultivator, but his strength seemed to be very weak. In order to cooperate with Senior, Taoist Master Wanshou had concealed his strength on the way here. Outsiders could not see through his strength at all. Therefore, when they saw Master Wanshou, the 2 women were not too surprised. He even ignored Xiao Changtian. Since you're already here, let's stay here tonight. At this moment, the middle-aged woman walked over with a smile. Of course, no problem. It's been so many years since we last met, but the 10,000 Spirit Valley is still so friendly. Taoist Wanshou agreed, without thinking. Xiao Changtian also nodded. Since they were already here, it meant that they were not far from the Spirit Tree Seed. By the way, may I know what the 2 ladies are here for? The middle-aged woman sat between the 2 women and Xiao Changtian. Annie, we came to Myriad Spirit Valley to look for something. The young lady did not say anything, but the servant girl beside her smiled and said, Oh, I'm looking for something. Then we have a lot of treasures here. The auntie looked at the 2 of them with a fake smile. He did not expect that 2 more people would come to court death. Since these 2 women had also set their sights on their treasures, they could not keep them alive. While they were talking, Xiao Changtian was watching them silently. The 2 women were holding swords in their hands, and their clothes were clearly clothes that only immortal cultivators could afford. From this, it could be seen that the 2 of them were cultivators. He did not know what they were looking for. If these 2 were looking for the Spirit Tree Seed, he would not be their match. Beautiful sister, what are you looking for? Xiao Changtian, who was worried, moved closer to them and asked with a smile. What does it have to do with you what we're looking for? However, the young lady looked at Xiao Changtian with disdain. This kid was obviously the old man's servant. He didn't know how the old man could bring such a mortal in. Although this kid had a pretty face, she had seen all kinds of men. This kid must have seen through his strength and wanted to come over to try his luck. Beautiful. What are you talking about? Although it's none of my business, I'm also here to look for something. I'm just asking if the things we're looking for are the same. Xiao Changtian didn't expect this woman to be so arrogant. Wasn't he just a cultivator? What was so great about it? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 999. What Sound 1. How can I find the same thing as you? Do you think someone like you is worthy? However, the young lady rolled her eyes after hearing Xiao Changshan's words. A mortal like this actually dared to think of being on par with a cultivator like her. This person was definitely here to strike up a conversation. The young lady was already very frustrated, and she felt even more annoyed when she looked at Xiao Changtian. You're just a mortal. Just stay here obediently." Hearing this young lad's words, Taoist Master Wansh's heart palpitated. How dare this woman talk to Senior like this? She doesn't want to live anymore. Haha, this is a good fight. That woman actually dared to say such words. Now, even without our demon race taking action, I reckon that Xiao Changtian has already thought of a way to deal with her. Seeing this scene, those demons were very happy in their hearts. After all, it was better to avoid trouble now. Miss, don't be angry. Why are you fussing over these mortals? Let people like them never reach your height in their lifetime. The servant girl at the side quickly came out to persuade him. Their young miss was good, but she had a very bad temper. "I'll go." Xiao Changshan's expression changed when he heard their words. He had thought that this immortal cultivator was good, but in the end, there was another thing that looked down on mortals. Although his cultivation was a little inferior, these people actually dared to look down on him. That meant that these two people's characters were not good either. Humph. These two people shouldn't regret it. Xiao Changtian finally left her side. The young lady finally calmed down. "Lan do you feel that there's something wrong with the villagers here?" After the villagers gradually dispersed, the young lady asked the servant girl in a low voice. "Miss, I thought you didn't notice. I've long felt that there's something wrong with the villagers here, but I don't know what's wrong." The servant girl fell into deep thought as she watched the villagers leave. Looks like there's only one possibility. After all, this place was controlled by the demons. The young lady narrowed her eyes and looked at the servant girl. "Then what should we do next, miss? Moreover, if they were really demons, why would they disguise themselves like this?" Although what their young miss said was very reasonable, why did the demons have to go through so much trouble? We can only wait and see. After all, we can't make any mistakes with what we're looking for. Then, the two women did not hesitate too much and slowly walked into the house arranged by the villagers. On the other side, Xiao Changtian and Wan Shoujinren also slowly walked into the house. "Senior, please don't be angry with that woman's words. It's not good to fight in this place." Looking at Xiao Changtian, Master 10,000 Beasts said slowly, "If they really attacked here, the villagers would definitely be frightened. At that time, if these villagers raised the issue, they might not be able to get the spirit tree seed. TSK, I didn't take that woman to heart at all. Little trash isn't worthy of my help." Xiao Changtian waved his hand. There was no need for him to be angry with that woman. On the other side, Patriarch Yao Lin and Patriarch Divine Feather soon arrived outside the 10,000 Spirit Valley. "What should we do? I think that expert has already gone in. What should we do now?" They clearly knew that there were countless fiend race experts inside. If they entered rashly like this, they might not even be able to return. Then why don't we wait inside first? If he comes out, well, congratulate the expert. Patriarch Divine Feather suggested. After all, if they went in and came out, it would not be worth it. On the other side, the old man was still walking slowly on the road. Impossible. With my smart mind, I would definitely be able to wait for the expert and the others. Why are they gone now? After he was done with his doubts, Patriarch Effulgent continued to advance slowly. At that moment, Xiao Changtian, who was lying on the bed and preparing to sleep, suddenly felt a pain in his stomach. "Oh my god, I ate too much tonight. I can't stop." Xiao Changtian quickly jumped up from the bed and ran out of the house. The toilet. Why can't I find the toilet?" Xiao Changtian, who was in a hurry, didn't see where the latrine was. Forget it. I can't hold it in anymore. Xiao Changtian didn't think about anything and squatted in the grass. Comfortable. Xiao Changtian let out a long sigh of relief. "Hey, miss, did you hear anything?" Just as Xiao Changtian was about to pull up his pants, he suddenly heard the voices of the two women. Xiao Changtian paused. "All right. I told you these two women weren't good people. Otherwise, why would he be standing there sneakily in the middle of the night?" As expected, Xiao Changtian looked up and saw the two women standing sneakily by the side of the house not far away. "Lan, what kind of sound can you have? You're just too nervous. The young lady did not take the voice to heart. Because the two of them were really worried, they wanted to take advantage of the dead of night to find out what was going on with the villagers. No, I want to follow and take a look, Xiao Changtian couldn't help but say when he saw the two of them acting so sneakily. Could it be that these two people wanted to steal something from these villagers? On the other side, the villagers gathered in a house to discuss countermeasures. Since Xiao Changtian has already come, we'll lure him into the blood formation tomorrow. However, the Saint Emperor beside him isn't easy to fool. The auntie who had warmly welcomed Xiao Changtian said, with a cold expression. Besides, that Saint Emperor lived here when he was young. It's indeed a little difficult for us to trick the two of them into entering. Saintess, the blood formation will close the day after tomorrow, so we only have one day. Saintess, why don't we just get that Saint Emperor to draw us away first? When the sister-in-law finished speaking, the surrounding people started talking. Fortunately, our cave is very complicated, so it's very easy for the two of them to separate. At that time, you guys will follow behind the Divine Emperor, and we will follow Xiao Changtian. The sister-in-law quickly made a decision. Demons. These people are indeed the infernals. However, all of this plan was clearly heard by the young miss and her servant girl standing outside the room. She knew that there was something wrong with these villagers. Although they were disguised as mortals, one could still feel a trace of magic power from them. He had originally thought that these villagers were controlled by the demons. He did not expect that these villagers had been possessed by demons. This damned demon was still so cruel. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1000. What the heck, 1. Miss, what should we do now? These demons seem to be stronger than us. The servant girl said worriedly as she looked at her young miss. Hey, what are the two of you doing here? At this moment, Xiao Changtian stood behind them. Ah. This sentence frightened the two women quite a bit, and they let out a scream. Not good. There's someone outside. This sound naturally alarmed the demons in the room. Not good. Run. Looking at those people, the young lady didn't hesitate. She grabbed Xiao Changtian and ran. Sigh. Before Xiao Changtian could react, he saw the woman holding his hand and flying away. Not good. They escaped. Looking at the fleeing black shadow, the demons wanted to chase after it. Stop chasing. It would be bad if Xiao Changtian woke up with such a big commotion. Although these demons had put sleeping pills in Xiao Changshan's food tonight, if there was a mistake, Xiao Changtian would be killed. Then tomorrow's plan might not work out. Holy Maiden, the ones who ran away just now seemed to be those two women. At this moment, someone came forward and reported. 2 women? Since it was the two of them, there was no need to care. After all, the most important person was Xiao Changtian. Moreover, the place where those 2 women ran to was the depths of 10,000 Spirit Valley. In the depths, not everyone could come out alive. On the other side, the young lady and Xiao Changtian finally stopped. Hey, what are you doing? I didn't provoke you. Xiao Changtian shouted when he saw the woman finally let go of him. Seeing Xiao Changshan's reaction, the woman rolled her eyes. If he hadn't brought this mortal out, this mortal would have died in the hands of those people just now. No, I mean, why doesn't the person you are supposed to be grateful to? The villagers just now were not good people. Our miss was kind enough to save you. Seeing Xiao Changtian like this, couldn't help but be annoyed. They're plotting how to get rid of someone else. If it wasn't for our miss taking you away, I'm afraid you would have been beaten to death by them now. Having stumbled upon such a huge secret of the fiend race, no matter what, he would be beaten to death. Although they didn't know who Xiao Changtian and the Saint Emperor were, they were definitely not simple. Moreover, they were so flustered that they would probably make a move in the next 2 days. This is so normal. Xiao Changtian didn't expect that these 2 women weren't so bad. They even knew to pull him along at such a critical moment. However, These two women were really too sensitive. Even if those aunties and uncles were plotting to get rid of someone, that person must have angered them. Moreover, with their aunties' and uncles' strength, even if they attacked them, they wouldn't be killed by these uncles and uncles if they had a little strength, right? You two are making a fuss over nothing. The two girls rolled their eyes at Xiao Changtian. This mortal did not know anything. Did he really think that those demons were playing around? Forget it, forget it. We can't explain it to you anymore. Anyway, I saved you this time. Next time, you'll be on your own. Looking at Xiao Changtian, the young lady sighed helplessly. Why was he so calculative with this mortal? Forget it. You guys have saved me this time. I don't have anything to repay you. Xiao Changtian looked at the two girls and paused for a moment before taking out an Ultraman. Take this as a thank you gift for you. Since she had saved him, he should at least show some gratitude. However, the two women in front of him were both immortal cultivators, and he did not have any artifacts to give them. I'll give him Ultraman. After all, such a rare thing. Even if they were immortal cultivators, they definitely had not seen it before. I'll give it to you. You're just too paranoid. I'll go back first. Xiao Changtian knew that after tonight's incident, the two girls would definitely not go back. He gave them an Ultraman and hoped that they would be able to see things through in the future and not be so paranoid. Little miss, was there something wrong with this person's brain? Looking at Xiao Changshan's back, the servant girl couldn't help but complain. His miss had dragged him out of the wolf's den, but he had returned on his own. He even gave her miss such a strange thing. Humph. What the hell? I've already reminded him, but he actually went back. She, by Sujia, had never met such a stupid person. And this Ultraman, what the hell is this? You're so ugly, yet you still have the nerve to fool me? Bai Sujia was furious. Then, Ultraman was thrown into the distance. Really, just looking at it makes me annoyed. Don't worry about it. Since that place is full of demons, then well look for them in the 10,000 Spirit Valley. After all, there was more than one entrance for the treasures placed by the demons. On the other side, Xiao Changtian slowly returned to the village. Senior, where did you go? Taoist Master Wanshou immediately asked when he saw Xiao Changtian return. He had only come out after hearing the commotion. He did not expect that Senior would disappear the moment he came out. I'm fine. I just have a little diarrhea. Senior, you scared me. Since there's nothing else, I'll go back to sleep. Taoist Master Wanshou thought that something big had happened outside. Since nothing had happened, he should go back to sleep. The next day, Xiao Changtian woke up at dawn. Yo, little brother, you're up so early. As soon as Xiao Changtian stepped out of the door, he ran into a middle-aged woman. I wonder how your rest was last night. The saintess didn't know if Xiao Changtian had heard about their plan last night, so she came to inquire about it this morning. Auntie, I slept well last night. Xiao Changtian couldn't help but smile as he looked at the enthusiastic auntie. He knew it. How could such a passionate old lady conspire such a vicious idea? The two girls from yesterday must have gone crazy. Haha, that's good. I wonder when little brother is going to set off. Looking at Xiao Changshan's expression, the saintess guessed that he didn't know about their plan yesterday. During dinner yesterday, they had discussed with Xiao Changtian that they would bring Xiao Changtian to search for the seeds of the spirit tree. There's no time to lose. Of course, it's better to go early. Although these villagers were very enthusiastic, Xiao Changtian would not forget his own business. After he finished speaking, the villagers quickly prepared to set off. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1001. Entering 1. Seeing Xiao Changtian and Wanshou Zhenren enter the cave of the blood formation under their guidance, the demon race people finally smiled. This was because they had set up a barrier at each entrance. As long as Xiao Changtian and Taoist Master Wanshou entered, the barrier would automatically open. At that time, even if Xiao Changtian wanted to escape, he wouldn't be able to. Let's hurry up and follow. After saying that, the auntie led the group and followed. Little brother, aren't you looking for something? Otherwise, wouldn't it be faster if the two of you acted separately? The leading woman walked up to Xiao Changtian and asked. This was because there were two different passages in this cave, one for Xiao Changtian and the other for Taoist Master Wanshou. However, it was fine even if Xiao Changtian didn't agree. This was because the array in one of the passages was extremely vicious and could silently destroy the defenses of those who entered. Moreover, it could cause the spiritual energy in his body to drain away. Split up? That's fine too. Uncle Wanshou, be careful. Seeing Xiao Changtian agree so readily, the demons behind him laughed even more happily. The foolish Xiao Changtian was just waiting to become fertilizer for their demon lord. As for Taoist Master Wanshou, he trusted these villagers very much. Thus, the two of them did not hesitate and walked in with the villagers behind them. Haha, little brother, you have to be careful. I heard that this place is very strange. The auntie looked at Xiao Changtian and snickered. The first formation before entering the blood formation was to make Xiao Changshan's defense completely dissipate. Auntie, I'm a man. Why would I be afraid of those demons and ghosts? Just follow behind me, don't worry. Xiao Changtian walked forward nonchalantly. Ha ha ha, I'm in. Xiao Changtian finally stepped into their formation. The demon race people were excited again. The reason why they had set up so many formations in front of the blood formation was to ensure that Xiao Changtian had no chance to escape. At that time, he could only choose to enter the blood array. Hiss! Why did it feel like the gravity in this place was so strong? I feel like my clothes are going to be sucked in. However, Xiao Changtian was walking in the formation with ease. He didn't feel anything at all. Holy Maiden, what's going on? Wasn't it said that this array could shatter his defense? Why doesn't he have any reaction? Xiao Changtian walked in so easily. Many demons behind him asked curiously. Idiot. It was to silently remove his defense. We definitely can't see it. Besides, an expert like him has long turned his defense invisible. We can't see him in the first place. Even if he disappears, we won't be able to see him. So that was the case. The Holy Maiden was still smart. The middle-aged woman glared at the demons behind her. These fiend race were so stupid. He also did not know how they survived until now. Annie, why are you all standing there? Why didn't you continue to walk? However, Xiao Changtian, who was about to walk out of the formation, turned around. He realized that the Annie and the villagers were still standing where they were. Auntie, there's nothing scary here. Come over quickly. Xiao Changtian looked at them and immediately understood. These villagers must be afraid that there were demons and ghosts here. Ha ha ha, little brother, you go first. Well, follow slowly behind. Although the auntie smiled on the surface, she was a little puzzled. Wasn't it said that this array would be ineffective as long as one person's defense was removed? For the convenience of observation, they had made the torch the eye of the array. But why was the array core still lit up? Moreover, there was no trace of it going out. In fact, it was burning even more vigorously. You guys have to hurry up. I'll go ahead and take a look first. Xiao Changtian also knew that it wasn't easy for them to overcome their fear. It was better to let these people walk slowly at the back while he went to the front to scout. Saint, Holy Maiden, what should we do now? If he didn't follow them, it would definitely arouse suspicion. Looking at the array that was still intact, the expressions of these demons immediately became ugly. You go in and take a look first. However, before the demon nearby could react, the auntie kicked him.
Hiss.
Saintess.
I
feel like someone is there attacking me. The demon who was kicked looked at the auntie in pain. However, the Saint Maiden stared at the torch beside her. Phew. Finally, the torch was extinguished amidst the demon's miserable screams. You're really useless. This array formation won't take your life. Why are you shouting so loudly? But Saintess, why is this formation useless against Xiao Changtian? It was because they had just entered the array formation that they disappeared. Hiss! Damn it, I remember now. This formation did not seem to have any effect on those above Saint Emperor. At this moment, an uncle said, "Pa, you can actually be so careless about this matter. This slap is just a warning. If you work under the demon lord, it won't be as simple as a slap." After the auntie gave the demon a tight slap, she led everyone away. On the other side, inside the 10,000 Spirit Valley, Bai Sujia brought her servant girls and wandered around the valley for a long time. "Miss, what should we do? Are we lost?" Looking at the tall trees around her, Lan was a little anxious. They had been walking around here for half a day, but they were still in this place. Humph. It's all that damned mortal's fault. If not for him, how could we have come to this place? Thinking of Xiao Chongtian, Bai Sujia was so angry that her teeth hurt. Originally, they were prepared to stop at the designated place, but Bai Sujia kept thinking about the annoying Xiao Chongtian. Therefore, they walked to this place. "Miss, why don't we just give them to the Lord for help? We can't do anything in this place." After all, they had left the Dark Void sect for so many days. The sect master of the Dark Void sect must be very worried.
No.
This time, if I don't get the thing to restore third uncle, I won't go back. Even if she had to sacrifice herself, she was not willing to let her father cooperate with those hateful demons. Looking at his young Miss' stubborn appearance, Lan could only sigh heavily. At that moment, the demons behind Master Wansho were discussing in low voices. "Is this person a Saint Emperor? Why can't I feel anything from him?" Because Taoist Master Wansho had concealed the spiritual energy on his body, these demons could not sense it. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. You're tuning in to the Blissful Bookshelf YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.